Whatever this delusion is that you guys will ever be able to compete with me, let go of it. Salute, MobTube. How is everybody tonight? Let's see. Bobby Barbarian, War, Cinnamon Muff, Dave, Davis Dean, Big Vic 1965, M. Soretti, Antonino, Karen Rickard, I Hate You, Gilded Age, Joe Root. Yeah, it'll do that, Joe. It has that effect. Let's see. Hard Knocks. I'll get to that in a minute, bro. Bradley Fountain, how are you, my friend? Yeah, I'm going to do that tonight. I am. Jenko Abindondo, Dave, $10. Let's show FBS. He is appreciated. Donate if you can. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you too, Dave, and thank you very much. Joseph Montanero. Let's see who else we got here. I don't know who I shouted out and who I didn't. But Brooklyn Rob 1, Scott McDonald, Chicken Hawk Lee, K-Mac, 99 cents. Thank you very much, bro. Danny Santos, Cellar Door, a.k.a. Mustache P, Brooklyn. Who else we got? Jesse Roth. And that's 94 people so far. Not that I shouted out, but that we have all together. Luca Brazzi, what's up, my friend? You took one through the eye. Joe the Builder, how you doing? How you doing? So, guys, when will they learn? When will they learn? I'm going to tell you about today's events because it has been a hectic day. Since the Addiction and Recovery show, a lot has happened. But that's how MobTube is. It doesn't take long. You know what I mean? Never a dull moment on MobTube. Never, never. Nico, my man, what's up, bro? How are you? Looking for the truth? How the fuck are you? So, Junior Lollipops, $1.99. Thank you, my friend. So, I'm going to talk and smoke this cigar. 1 minute. All right. While I do this show, I am going to talk about a number of things. Okay, I'm going to talk about Chicky because I had a little phone conversation with Chicky tonight. I'm going to talk about Angel. I'm going to talk a lot about Stacks, and I might even make an interesting phone call while we're live tonight. I got some good stuff in store for you. Just give me a second. Let me hit my cigar. So I'll start by filling you guys in, okay? So after I mentioned on the Addiction and Recovery show that Anthony Arilotta will be joining me tomorrow at 4, which he will. He still will. Nothing changed. A couple of friends of mine started receiving frantic phone calls from a fat scumbag in Springfield named Chicky. And Chicky had a lot of shit to talk. You know, he was basically threatening me through them, basically telling me, that this tape is going to be dropped, this sex tape on my wife, within 24 hours. And I better stop talking shit. Well, let me tell you motherfuckers something. And this goes directly to you, Stacks, because you're going to be the clown to do it. Drop it already, for the love of Christ. Drop the tape. Who cares? Let me explain to you guys something that I've said a million times, and I constantly have to repeat myself on here. Anything you can do to me, I can do to you. Do you realize that, let's just say my wife was that type of woman and somehow there would be a tape like that of her? Do you realize there is not a single human being that watches YouTube and also knows us personally? With the exception of Nikki Blade and SoFlo, I guess. We have met them. Other than that, not a single human being. So even if a tape like that existed, which it doesn't, how in the fuckity fuck would it ever get into anybody's hands on SlobTube? How? Of course, it couldn't. It's all nonsense. See, you got to understand how this all started. A year ago, a pig named NB, who lives on a farm in Patchogue, she looks like a horse, but she's actually a pig. She made a threat that she was going to put my wife's face on porn, and she was going to send it out to all kinds of people. So all this is her finally making good on that threat. Trust me when I tell you, anything like this that's being done is being done by her. But she'll use somebody. She's not going to put it out because I'll fucking destroy her life. You know what I mean? And she knows it. Just like she had to use pizza to release the memes, she's going to use Stacks to release this. And Stacks is stupid enough to even be talking about doing something like this. Because Stacks, let me tell you something. We did a deep dive on you today. The same friend of mine that got me everything on Danny, Lee, and Josie got me your whole shit today, bro. I know every single criminal charge you ever received. As a matter of fact, stalking? Why am I not surprised, Stacks? See, I know everything about you now. I also know everybody you're related to and everything about them. Okay? So you're going to do this for NB. Okay? Plus, it's your little way you think of getting at me. You're going to put out a fake tape. Okay? And it's going to be basically no more than something you could pull off with a reface app. You're going to put Shanna's face on some bullshit. Okay? And it's going to come back on you. I'm just going to ignore NB, even though I know that it's her. I'm going to make you pay, Stacks. You know what I mean? Listen, you have no idea what's coming to you, bro. And trust me when I tell you, the minute you even mentioned something like this, my wife's name in the context of a sex tape, that was it. Gloves were off, bro. So everybody's on the table, so to speak, Stacks. I will talk about your fucking mother, your daughter, anybody I feel like now to get satisfaction. And I'll release all the information I fucking want. What are you going to do about it? Not a motherfucking thing, bro. But you guys can release a fake tape. And guess what? Here's the problem. Anything you can do to me, I can do to you. Duh. So, listen, I heard a rumor that there's a tape about my wife being dropped in 24 hours. I also heard a rumor that there's a tape being dropped of Angel's daughter, the same type of tape. I also heard there's a tape being dropped of NB, same type of tape. You know what I mean? Big fucking deal. Big deal. It's 2020 fucking 2. Are you kidding me? You can Photoshop anything. You can make fake videos. Okay. So what? Like, oh, you think we don't have the same technology you guys do? Make a fake video with my wife's face on it. Drop it all over the fucking place. I don't care. But anything you can do to me, I can do to you. Guys, you haven't learned yet. You haven't learned. Chicky, listen, you fat piece of dog shit. When you call me up, or I'm sorry, you didn't call me. I called you because a couple of my friends called me and said, oh, Chicky's talking about this tape and you better keep your fucking mouth shut or this tape is going to drop within 24 hours. I said, oh, yeah, call the cocksucker. Call him right now. I want to talk to him. Soon as Chicky started picking, or as soon as he picked up the phone, he started talking about how he has my back and he's the only one that sticks up for me and he's got no problem with me. And FBS, you don't got to abuse me. I'm the one that told Tony Pizza to take your daughter's picture down and all this horse shit. Okay. And I said, no, listen, cocksucker, listen to me. You fucking called my friends and tried to issue a warning to me about a fucking tape, a bullshit fake tape about my fucking wife. That was a threat as far as I see it. That was a threat. Okay. And no, that's not what I was doing. I'm just warning you, FBS. I said, listen, cocksucker, I'm going to get on tonight. I'm going to abuse you all over the fucking place. And then this dickhead who's on house arrest, federal probation, state probation, whatever it is, threatened to come to York and split my fucking head open. And this dickhead did it while he was quite possibly being recorded by one of the other 3 people on the fucking phone call. Jackass. You're lucky. You're lucky. Not a different Chicky. You're very, very lucky. But that's how smart you are as a criminal. That's how smart. So, guys, I'm going to say this again. I don't understand. Why wait the 24 hours, Stacks, Josie, Angel, Marla, NB, whoever? Just drop it tonight. Who gives a fuck? What does it matter? What effect is it going to have on any fucking thing? What? And listen, the same thing will be done to you in return. It's as simple as that. But the thing is, there might actually be real tapes of at least one specific person on that side. Now, I would never release that. No fucking way. I would never do something like that. But somebody could. So why would you even be talking about such a thing? But guys, listen, again, the way I see threats, I don't understand all this talk. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Just fucking do it already. I don't care. Get it out of the way. Play all your cards. Play all your cards early. It's all good. But I'll tell you something about me. And I've said this a million times. You know, the most commonly used phrase by FBS is, I've said this a million times. And you know why? Because I constantly have to repeat myself. If it's not, I've said it a million times. It's if I said it before, or I've said it before and I'll say it again, you know, because I constantly have to repeat myself. I'm not going to back down to you. Never, ever. But the thing about me is, I don't have to do that type of low life shit. Like, for example, my beautiful wife, who hasn't done anything to any of you cocksuckers. Matter of fact, Stacks, I don't even know if she knows who you are. Okay. Chicky, again, you know, all she knows is you gave us some really bad picks on some horses at the fucking Breeders' Cup. She don't know you either. Right. But she's in bed right now. She doesn't know anything about this. I'm not going to tell her. She's going to get up in the morning and she's going to go to a nursing home and she's going to help people. She's a nurse. That's what she does. She did nothing to any of you motherfuckers. A couple of you she responded to here and there months and months ago. That's it. Nothing else. But you're going to attack her. This is the first sign of defeat. I've whooped your asses all over fucking YouTube for so goddamn long now that you just don't know what to do any fucking more. So you're going to resort to doing crazy illegal shit like making fake fucking porn with an innocent woman's face on it just to get at me. But here's the thing. I'm no fucking moron. I'm not stupid. I know better than to know that something like this is meaningless. It has no effect on anything in real life. And not only that, but I also know how easily I can get you back for it and do the exact same thing back to you. Not like I would, but I could. I certainly could. So I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's why. Exactly, Dino. I said the Gunsmoke. I'm like, bro, I don't understand why they got to wait 24 hours. Are they still putting some finishing touches on it? Yeah, of course. Of course they are. This will be brought to you by the same woman who was caught red-handed photoshopping some of my comments to make it look like I said something I didn't say. Brought to you by the same woman who said a year ago that she was going to do this very thing. Brought to you by the same woman who made a fake back page ad of my wife claiming she was a prostitute. Do whatever the fuck you guys want. Whatever you want. And guess what? I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to. Chicky, listen, you fat scumbag piece of dog shit. I don't give a fuck about you, bro. You're going to come to York? Come to York, bro. Come to York. Let me give you a fucking permanent place here. A permanent place. Your very own address where you could stay for eternity. I dare you. I dare you to show up here, bro. I'll pay your way. Are you kidding me? How the fuck are you going to be that fucking tall or that short and that fat and threaten any fucking buddy? Are you kidding me? What are you? You can't be more than Stax's height. What are you, 5'5" tops? You got to be 400 fucking pounds. You're going to split my head open? You'd have to catch me first. By then I'll have stabbed you 92 times and you'll be bleeding out on the fucking sidewalk. I mean, are you kidding me, bro? You think you're intimidating me? Do any of you think you're intimidating me? I don't give a fuck. I don't. You haven't figured that out yet. I can't get it through your thick fucking numbskulls. Like it doesn't matter to me. Do whatever the fuck you want. I have resources that you guys do not have. Look what happened to Danny Trio. And that's why Lee is so angry right now. Lee, because you know goddamn well I'm the reason you don't have a partner anymore. Well, you got James Proctor, but let's be honest. Okay? I have resources. I have access to information you guys don't have access to. All right? I can fucking make fools of each and every one of you. And as I have always done. I mean, what do you expect? This is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, you're fucking with FBS time and time again. You lose every time, and yet you continue to do it, hoping that one day maybe you'll win. You won't win. You won't win. Okay? Let me tell you guys something. Do you realize that even if your goal was accomplished and you got Shanna fired from her job, do you realize how many people love and support us? Do you realize that you probably wind up raising $50,000 for us inadvertently, and then Shanna would just get another job? I mean, how fucking stupid are you? Really? Do you understand that almost every single thing that you guys try to do to get at me backfires on you? Everything. Why don't you quit already? Tap out. Tap out like Stacks did yesterday. Tap out. Say, I can't do it no more. I'm kicking him off the show and I'm done with him because he's killing me over here. Let me see something. Who said that? Pinkville, who said that? Which guy are you talking about? Stacks? Let's see. There's definitely is a tape of someone on that side that would be extremely embarrassing if it was released. Don't fuck with this army. We are bigger and more powerful, not to mention smarter. Oh my God, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, just like the fake DJ Never Know Mind, they are low-life pieces of shit. Chicky can run to the bathroom, yet come out of his can't run to the bathroom, yet come out of his house. Fake wannabe tough guy, go play on cam to pics of Junior. Yeah, no shit. Shinebox, thank you very much for the $20. He said for another cigar. I appreciate you, my friend. And thank you for that Bitcoin yesterday. Awesome fucking donation. Gave me some ideas. Let me see. Oh my God, NPC. Wow, you're a classy guy too. See, we know what side you're from. Again, thank you. Thank you for showing us who we're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine being the type of lowlife that would even say something like that? And again, guys, you know, I know there's stupid people over there, but even they're not stupid enough to fall for any of this. They'll say, "Oh yeah, we saw it. It's Shanna. It's this and that." Again, it would be a virtual impossibility, even if that tape existed, that any of you would ever get it. But trust me, it doesn't. And you guys gotta stop pushing the Shanna is into black dudes thing, because this tape is supposedly of a black guy. Guys, do you want me to put up pictures of her fucking ex-boyfriends? They're the whitest people you've ever come across. I mean, one is German, the other one is straight Irish. Literally. He drives a big ass Dodge Charger with a big Irish fucking flag on the front. He lives right down the street. Just did 15 years. This is all in your imaginations. This is stuff you want to be true, but it just isn't. It isn't. So do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever you want. And let me tell you, Chicky is so butthurt because Anthony Arilotta might appear on this show tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't say might. He is going to appear on this show tomorrow. But let's see what I could do right now.
Hello.
Anthony,
Yeah.
what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
We're live. That's okay with you, right?
Oh, that's fine. How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
So I figured I'd give you a call while we're live. I know you're coming on the show tomorrow, but I don't know, bro. I didn't know if you wanted to speak your mind on any of the stuff that's going on right now.
One thing I wanted to say. I heard that Chicky made a threat that he was going to come to York. Let me tell you something. I'm going to send you a video of a 3'8" guy beating the fuck out of this fat whale, taking his chain off his neck, going through his pockets, stealing everything out of his pockets. This fat fucking rat piece of shit that he is, right? I'm going to send you the tape. I want you to play it for your viewers. And then you tell me if you're worried about this fat fucking pig coming to York and splitting your head open. You know what you could do? You could give him the fucking bat and say, go ahead, take the fucking first swing. When you see this tape of this little midget beating the fuck out of him, you're going to say, and he's got the balls to threaten you, he's going to come to fucking New York and fucking and come split your head open. This kid never had a fight in his life.
Oh, I believe it.
He's a fucking liar. 99% of the shit that comes out of this fat fuck's mouth is a lie. And the only reason I'm on your show and saying this is because I had enough of this fat fucking wannabe fucking clout chasing piece of shit telling people lies on fucking this YouTube shit. If I never came home from prison and exposed this fat fuck, you would have thought Al Capone was fucking reincarnated with this fucking lowlife. Okay, so I had enough of this fat clown. I had enough of his fucking lies. Everybody in the area is laughing about him. I talked to everybody around here. Fucking all of his stories. But he was never a bookmaker. He answered the phone. I had 6 guys working the office for me. We had dozens and dozens of guys working offices for offices that reported to us. He was a guy, he admitted it on the show. He got paid $600. That's it. He was a worker. If we won $100,000 in a month, he got $600. If we lost $100,000, a week, $100,000 a week, he got paid $600. He's a fat fucking scumbag and he's a fucking liar. Everything out of his mouth is a fucking lie. I warned this fat motherfucker. He went on that fucking that show, the girl show there, and he says he doesn't see me, he waves to me. I got messages from 2017. When I came home from prison in 2017, the second day I was home, he was up my ass, kissing me, hugging me. Oh, I'm so happy you're home. Everybody was asking for you. The next day I had 7 guys at my house. He was one of them. And he's been at my house a dozen times. Every word out of his mouth. So just I wanted to say, if he's going to say he's going to come split your head open, when you see this tape, he barely could walk up the steps after the kid robbed his chain, took the money out of his pocket, and he could barely get back up the steps. That fucking pig.
Bro, I believe it. But here's the thing, though.
Well, see, here's the thing. When I say it, I'm going to show you the tape.
Oh, yeah, no.
The tape. Not like him when he makes up these stories, like he took care of my family. He robbed my mother for $1,500. Okay, he took care of my family. Every word out of that fat fuck's mouth is a fucking lie. Okay, so I got tapes and text messages and everything. I got pictures of him with his fucking Gotti hat on, sucking my ass at my house. Okay, so all these fucking lies that he comes up, I just had enough of them, and I just want to tell the YouTube people, I don't want to come out publicly, but tomorrow we'll have like a nice conversation with our faces on, and I'll tell the truth about this fat fucking piece of shit. Telling me he plays both sides too. He tells all the information against that side, plays all the information against that side. Tells me everything that's going on with that fucking Lee Cole. How Danny Trio told him, Danny Smith told him, don't go on the show. Chicky, I'm all done with the show. And if I was you, I want to get involved. Danny's telling him, yeah, I'm getting my life is getting threatened on Facebook. I'm all done. That's when that Danny Smith quit the first time. The guy that breaks into houses, another fucking fake ass bullshit fucking guy. So he's telling now. Chicky's telling me all this stuff. I didn't want to call him Chicky. You know what I mean? He's a fat fucking. We call him Fat Bastard. He looks just like the guy in Austin Powers. That's
he
how
does.
Fat and disgusting.
He does.
So all this shit I keep telling him. Tell the truth when you go on YouTube. I told him. I don't give a fuck what you say. All the lies that you want to say. Say all the lies you want. I don't give a fuck. But don't come to my house, tell me things, and then go the opposite way when you go on YouTube. And he's like this rat. When he's the biggest fucking rat out of them all. He is the most disgusting of the rats. He is a rat that put his brother up to wearing a wire. And we'll go over all of that step by step. Freddie, that he wants to talk about Freddie, that he was good friends with my two guys. They hated him. They wanted to kill him. We had a bullpen meeting when we were locked up in the thing. Freddie told me that Chicky was an informant.
Yeah,
and that was when we were all getting out after we beat the case in 2008. So there was plans to even kill that fat fuck.
I believe it. I believe it 100%. Yeah, without a doubt. I've always heard that about him, bro.
And, you know, I hate to do this because it's like giving him – this is why I refuse to do it in the past. Because it's like giving him clout because we're talking about a nobody. I mean, a fucking nobody. He did – listen, I'm going to tell you this. I was on the street since the 80s. I took over as boss of my area in 2003. That fat pig didn't do nothing with me, not a thing on the street. He didn't do a thing with nobody because everybody reported to me. And we had a large crew. He did nothing from 2002. Besides answering the phone before that, he did nothing on the streets at all, except for sell fake Louis Vuitton pocketbooks. That's all that fat piece of shit did.
Bootleg purses, knockoffs.
He used to go to the salons and leave bootleg purses off and collect the money at the end of the week. That's all he did. He didn't do a thing on the streets with none of us. He got pinched in 2002 on a bookmaking case along with other guys that answered the phone. Okay, guys that answered the phone, he got pinched with them. Now, when a guy who was a worker gets pinched, we own the office. So right away, we got other guys that take their place and they answer the phone. So then there's, we keep going on with the business. His thing is that he said he got arrested with me. He got arrested in 2005 in a federal case. Yeah, he got arrested in 2005 in a federal case. But that investigation stemmed from the 2001 investigation. Okay, he did not do a thing from 2002 on. That's it. When he got arrested in 2002, when he got arrested at his house, he did not another thing. And when I say another thing, you're talking the lowest level of the lowest. I mean, there's like, if you're gonna give him a platform on YouTube, I could give you 100 guys around here that have a better story and that were more significant than that fucking fake ass fucking lying fat piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is too, like I wanted to say this earlier. I didn't want to cut you off. He's been texting you up until what? Just a couple of months ago, right?
So let me just tell you this. I got pictures of him at my house with that fucking Gotti hat on, and I'm going to tell you how all that started too. But he's been texting me up until I think the last one was the beginning of October. That was the last text. That's when I had enough of him. That's when I told him. I said, listen, if you keep up your bullshit on this YouTube shit, I go, you're going to make me. Listen, I started my channel. It's called Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. I started a channel. He's the reason why, because I had enough of his bullshit lies. Everything, and everybody in our area knows it. Everything out of his mouth is a lie. He goes on YouTube. He'll see me do interviews, and then he'll take my words and take the stories and then implement himself in there. When I came home, when I tell you I talked to this kid, and when I don't brag when I talk to him, he's not, I talk to 100 guys in my area, and I'm not in that life no more. So, like I said, his second day I came home, he was at my house, and he's been at my house, and he's been on the phone with me. I've been at a strip club with this fat pig. I've been to other restaurants. So when he tries to say on Angel Gotti show, she said, well, have you talked to Arilotta? Oh, I waved to him. He's been on the phone three-way with other mobsters that we talk three-way. And I can tell you stories all about them.
Yeah.
I talked to a Colombo captain in the Colombo family, a serious dude that doesn't do YouTube. I go, hey, you remember when with that fat pig? We talked three-way? I go, yeah. I go, he went on that fucking pig show and said that he doesn't see me. He doesn't talk to me. Just call him up right now. We just had the fuck, and I'll tell you the conversation with that, and that's a good one too. And it has to do with the brother. So, yeah. So, anyways, the text it hasn't stopped. And I'm going to screenshot the messages to you, telling me all things. Anthony, I always looked up to you. You did the right thing. You came back, took care of your family. I want to work with you. All things like that, all the way up until, like I said, the beginning of October when I cut him off. And I cut him off before that because of all of his life. The problem with this kid is, right, he's a drug addict. He's been on, he was popping Percocets back in the 90s. Then he started sniffing the heroin. And then he tried to get off the heroin. So what do? They go to the methadone. He's been on methadone for 20 years. Then he started sniffing the fucking he started taking the Klonopins, mixing it with the methadone. Then he was drinking. He was a fucking mess. When I came home in 2017, this kid couldn't fucking drive a car. No insurance company will fucking give him an insurance on the car. They charge him $15,000 a month. He's been into so many fucking accidents that the insurance company charges him $15,000 a month. He's a fucking drug addict. And he was nodding out when he's eating his fucking pancakes. He would nod out, the head would hit. I got pictures of him with his head in the fucking pancakes. Okay, he would be at McDonald's and he'd be ordering the food, and he would pass out at the fucking McDonald's with his foot on the gas pedal, and they'd have to run out and go, sir, wake up. He'd pass out with the foot on the gas pedal and the engine going 100 miles an hour.
Holy shit!
And the story that the brother told about him. Lefty should get a Pulitzer for that. That horse should give him an apology, because that brother came out and exposed him. When the lawyer went on the show and said Chicky's not a rat, my friend, and he said I can mention his name, but I'm not going to mention his name, and he's a very notorious guy in the area.
Yeah.
He called the lawyer, and he told the lawyer straight out. He said, he goes, how would you know if Chicky met with the feds? And how would you know if he put his brother up to wearing the wire? He says, you're right, I want to know that. That came right from the lawyer's mouth. Yeah. How does lawyer come out and explain fucking that one? Because he talked to my friend who's Chicky deathly fucking afraid of, and that came right out of his mouth. So the lawyer wouldn't know that. And when the brother came out and said, I knew all this ahead of time. I knew it all. Chicky was telling everybody that the kid Anthony Schiavelli was going to get arrested on the extortion case before he got arrested. He was saying, yeah, he was going to get picked up. He was at an MMA fight. I got text messages of a guy that's an active guy when I was down the club. He sent me the text message and saying, look, this is what he was saying. I'll show you that fucking message. How would he know the kid's going to get picked up when his brother got his fucking head bashed in, right?
Yeah.
Over extortion. Then they said they were going to put the walker over his sister. They're going to go to the house. They went to the house. They went to Chicky's house and said, we're going to put the sisters in a walker. We're going to smash and this is all in public papers. Okay. We're going to put this fucking walker over your sister's head if you don't pay their fucking money. Okay. So if they had any type of respect for Chicky, any type of anything like that, over a $5,000 loan, it all stemmed from and he lives with his brother. He says rats. He's lived with his brother that wore a wire for over 3 years.
I know,
He's been living with his brother. They live a minute and a half down the road from me. A minute and a half. So the brother told the truth about the whole fucking thing. And you know why the brother told the truth? Because he was sick of his brother going on talking this rat shit when he knew what his brother was. And he's the worst kind of a fucking rat. He's the most despicable fucking rat. And that girl that he goes on the show with owes Lefty in a fucking apology.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. Somebody asked if you wanna talk about it real quick, how Chicky got that scar.
So listen, Chicky when I came home in 2017, I knew nothing about Instagram, Facebook. I never did none of that shit. So my sister, everybody would come up to me and go, hey, Chicky's got a channel. It's called Chicky the Giddy. And I go on to the Instagram and I see on his front page, first of all, he said he was born in Italy. Brasilian, Italy. It says that he was born. Okay, first of all, his mother doesn't have any Italian in her. She's French and Polish.
Yeah.
Okay, nice lady, but she doesn't have no Italian in her. He said he was born in Brasilian, Italy. So then I start seeing these posts that he's posted. And people are coming up to me saying, I never knew anything about this stolen valor shit. You know, people in the military, they take that stuff serious.
Oh,
I never
serious.
knew nothing about that, you know. So when it comes to the Navy shit, I never knew. I know his story, but I didn't know I don't even still know if it's a big deal now. I'm not saying that if it's a big deal. I'm not saying if it's not a big deal. But I seen a post, right? I think you got the post, and it said that Chicky said he got the scar on a post, and he said that he got it when he was on the USS Cole ship behind it, and when the USS Cole got attacked, a piece of mortar hit him in the head, and he walked away with a 13-inch scar. Wow, and he put wow, on his Facebook. So these guys, I never had a job in my life, but I had to work when I got out of prison. So the guy that I was working with was a Marine, and he said, and he knows Chick, he knows he's a fucking fat, full of shit piece of shit. So he said, that's bad, these fucking military guys are going to get pissed at him. I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention to none of that.
Yeah.
Anyways, he posted it, and then he ends up he gets called out, and then he takes the post down. But he got the scar. So you asked me how he got the scar. This kid, like I said, was on Percocets and all those drugs. He used to get fucking whacked up out of his mind. He used to take 40 of them a day. And he was 500. He's always been 500 pounds, not 400, 500.
Oh, I was off by 100.
So he went to my the pizza shop. My cousin had a bar, and my wife's uncle had a pizza shop next to that. He orders a pizza, and he can't wait. This fat slob can't wait till he gets home. So he has to reach in the back and grab a slice of pizza because he can't wait to get home and eat it. When he was reaching in the back to get the slice of pizza, he smashes into a utility pole, and boom, bing, cracks his head. He's knocked out. The state troopers come because it was on the highway. They're making fun of him because he had pizza all over his chest, and that's how he got the fucking scar on his face. He admits it now, but before he was a big and you know the post they were saying thank you for your service, thank you for your service. Oh, that you know I guess that's a big thing, and I respect military people that fight for our country. I respect it more now because I know more about it. I didn't know much about but you have to respect people that fight for the country. This fat fucking piece of shit served in the Navy 9 months. Okay, he went AWOL, so he was gone. And the Navy, he went to his house. The Navy called up his house, and the phone rang, and he told his mother, "Ma, if it's a Navy, tell them I'm not home." She answers the phone. "Hello, hold on a second, Captain. He's right here. David, you better get on the phone. You're in big trouble." She puts him on the phone. They said, "You got 3 days to report back to this to the base, or we're gonna come arrest you." So he goes back. Now he wants out of the fucking Navy bad because don't forget, in the Navy you got to stay in shape. This kid's a fat fuck. He can't go. He wants to start eating again and get fat again. So he wants out of the Navy. So he starts mopping the fucking deck with it, with the chemicals. He threw chemicals in his face. He went running up and said, "I spilled chemicals in my face." But prior to that, he had this thing called myasthenia gravis prior, because his eye always used to droop. Okay, now his brother said the story. I had no idea that the brother knew the same story, but obviously it's his brother. But that's a story I always knew. So I don't know if that's stolen valor. I don't know what the fuck it is, but that's the story with his Navy career. He ain't no fucking Navy hero. I threw the fucking chemicals in his face, and he got a fucking medical discharge. I never said he wasn't in the Navy. He was in the Navy for fucking 9 months, and he threw the shit on his face and got out of it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Everything he says is a lie. Everything. I got guys in my area. A boss, Skyball Shabelli. His grandson's watching the thing. He watched one video. He says everything this fucking kid said is a lie. People can't believe it. He says he was a bookmaker, right? People can't. They said Chicky was a bookmaker. I thought he answered the phone. He was the biggest bookmaker. He put the poor kid, my friend I grew up with my whole life, this poor kid, Anthony Grasso. He put him up to say on Lee Cole's show. That's how you know. This is how I know with content creators, right? When they don't do their research.
Yeah.
Go on Lee Cole's, shows that he did. There's going to be one that it says Anthony Grasso, the twin brother, whatever. Now, Billy Grasso was a notorious boss all of Connecticut. Even New York guys feared this guy. I mean, this guy was a real deal mafia boss. And Lee Cole put on his thumbnail that this kid, Anthony Grasso, was his twin brother. Anthony Grasso's father was twin brothers with this guy. Chicky put him up to it. There's no relation. They don't even know each other. Anthony Grasso has nothing to do with the mob. Nothing. He's a nice kid. I grew up with him. I went to school with him in kindergarten. Chicky put this kid up to say that. I talked to the kid, Anthony Grasso, after, "Why would you do that?" He goes, "I know I fucked up. I'll never go on another show again. Chicky put me up to it." And then the reason why he puts him up to it, because he lied about Chicky. He said, "Yeah, Chicky wanted him to promote him. Yeah, Chicky's a big bookmaker. Yeah, I used to work with Chicky. Chicky was a big bookmaker." So that he put him up to it, and then he said, "Yeah, tell him your uncle was you were related to Billy Grasso," and he says he was his twin brother, and it was all because Chicky put him up with. That's all his thing is. It's smoke and mirrors with this kid. All lies. Everything out of his fucking mouth. I had enough of them. I'm gonna keep exposing this fat fucking lowlife. I got no problems with nobody in my area but this fat fuck, because he's a fat fucking liar. And everybody in my area has been begging me to expose him. But I just don't want to give him clout. I don't want to. He's irrelevant. He was nothing in that life. He was the guy that answered the phone. Nothing else. Nothing. And I could tell you dozens of guys that answered the phone. We had old men, 80 years old, answering the phone. That's It's like if you go into Walmart and you buy something and the clerk rings you up, That's what he was. He was the clerk. He was the guy that rung you up. If you call customer service for your cable goes down and someone answers the phone, he was customer service. And he sucked at it. I had guys tell me, if I ever see that fat fuck, I'm going to break his jaw. He was the worst fucking phone guy there was. Because he was on all kinds of he was taking them pills.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I remember you saying that earlier. He was rude to people and shit. Yeah.
Rude. They wanted to kill him. The bettors wanted to kill him. And they're non-violent. They're just bettors. They wanted to kill him.
Crazy shit, bro. Great. Listen, I'm glad you came on here to say all this, because apparently he's on Angels right now, and he was on Lee's talking shit about you earlier.
Yeah, listen, my stuff, I'm an open book. Everything is public. He can't say nothing about it. But here's the thing. He says the opposite when he's with me. He says the opposite when he's with me that he says on the shows. That's what I tell him. I go, Chicky, just tell the truth when you go on these shows. I got no problem. You want to lie about, and Junior is the one that put him up to all that, to lie. He used to go to, every time that he met Junior, he'd call me. Hey, I'm with Junior today. I did a video with Junior and his mother, and it went with my mother, and it went viral. He's calling me up to tell me about it, all about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's two-faced, bro. You could see what he does.
And he calls everybody else two-faced. He's the fucking worst one. And he's not even good at it. He's just listen, he's a liar, and that's what he is. And anybody that takes anything that he says serious, but you've got a lot of them. If you notice, like the guy Danny Smith comes out with a story, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong when I say his story's not correct?
Oh my God, bro. It's absolutely inaccurate. It's bullshit, bro. From top to bottom.
Right. Now the guy, Anthony Raimondi, he comes on with a story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is it true to say that might be bullshit, a lot of it?
Oh, but yeah, 90% of it.
All right. So this is what I'm trying to say. They come up with stories, and then when you expose them, they get mad at you.
Yep.
And then they run it. But the thing with him is he wants to say he's the biggest rat of them all.
Yeah. No, listen.
The lawyer on the case, Anthony Schiavelli, the lawyer on his lawyer, he paid him a lot of money. He's a good lawyer. And that guy doesn't represent. A lawyer's not going to come out and have to tell you he doesn't represent rap. A good defense criminal attorney knows that they're gonna give their clients the best information. And if the client decides to cooperate, they're just going to get him another lawyer. That's their job. They don't have no skin in the game. That's how it is. So the lawyer in the case represented Anthony. Was told by the prosecutors that David Ciccatelli gave information on the case. Okay. Rudy, his brother that wore the wire, was told by the feds, where does your brother live? Oh, he lives with my nephew. They went to see him. What happened? Yeah, he gave us information, but he wouldn't sign a cooperation agreement. So he's not, but he gave information on the case. Yeah. He was witness number 5 on the case. He was witness number 5 on the case.
Yeah.
And then he says if he got called, he would have pled the 5th. But you're still witness number 5, you fucking fat rat. So when he wants to say all this shit, he gets caught with a gun. So that means right now, me, I can walk around with a gun if there's no bullets in it. As long as the gun was purchased in mass, I'm not gonna get charged for it. That's what you're telling me. Yes. I can walk with a gun right now. I'm a guy, a felon. My guy in my bookmaking case, he got charged with me. He got 3 years. He couldn't get out of it. No, in one of my cases, I got indicted 5 times. In one of my cases, the guys that answered the phone, Louis Nihilari, he was the phone guy that answered the phone. When they went in his car, they found a gun. There was no way. He had the best attorney. He had my attorney, Vinny Bongiorni. My lawyer came up to me and said, there's no way I can get him out of it unless he cooperates. He said, there's no way. The kid had to take a 3-year mandatory sentence. And there was no way. And he had the best criminal defense. Google Vinny Bongiorni. He's the best attorney. In fact, the guy that Anthony Schiavelli had is taking his place. Okay, so there was no way about him. But Chicky supposedly gets house arrest, and he gets a house arrest, but he's out every fucking day, drinking, hanging around with felons. He cries that people. Listen to this. He cries that people call his probation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the day that he was being attacked on Tony Soflo, now I had no idea. Lefty went on, and I had no idea that he was being attacked. I was doing yard work in my house.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call. Who is it? It's that fat fucking piece of shit, Chicky. He goes, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Now, this wasn't too long ago. This had to be like, 2 months ago? Right?
Yeah.
So, and you remember that day because you jumped on Tony Sofo's show.
Yep.
So, okay, so he goes, hey, buddy, what's up? And I go, what's up? He goes, I'm with a friend of yours. I'm with a friend. I go, who? He goes, say hello to Stax. He's with Stax.
Ugh.
I go, hey, Stax, what's up? He goes, hey, what's up, Anthony? So Chicky said, yeah, we're filming. I'm bringing them around Springfield. We're going down to the Mount Carmel Club, and I'm bringing them around, showing them, you know, the area. So they walk into the Mount Carmel Club. Now, Chicky's with Stax. Stax is, we all know, he was in prison. He was a convicted felon, right?
Yeah.
So Chicky's with a convicted felon. So he's saying the probation officer calls him. So the probation officer called him because he was on a YouTube chat, and he didn't say nothing on the chat. He was just saying, "Oh, prove it," and you know, he's on YouTube every night, right?
Yeah.
So the guy says, "Oh, I got calls on you that you're on YouTube, arguing on YouTube." So whoever called his probation officer, and he says he gets calls all the time. You're with a fucking convicted felon at a club that you're not supposed to go to. Organized crime guys are supposedly not supposed to go to it, and you put yourself on YouTube with a convicted felon, and you're on YouTube with that. So don't you think if people were calling your probation officer, they would have told him that? Instead of saying that you're arguing about fucking stacks? He lies about everything. He's a fucking pussy. Like I said, he's never been in a fight in his life. He's a pussy. He's a you know what he was? Like I was talking to a guy around here that everyone's fears and everything, and I talked with him. He was entertainment with us growing up, and that's all he was. A fat fucking entertainment piece of shit.
He was the funny fat kid.
A funny fat kid. Came into all the houses, because all of us are Italian. The mothers would cook. He'd come in, sit down on the chair, boom, he'd break the fucking chair. We all had to get a special chair made for him because he was fucking fat. He broke the chair. No, chick, you don't sit in that chair, sit in this chair. Because as soon as he sat down, crap, chair broke.
Bro, I could picture it now.
Yeah, and listen, I don't want to be on here doing this. But this kid just keeps running his fat fucking mouth. And, he's up to Gotti's ass now. But before that, you know whose ass he was up? Begging me. When I got home in 2017, I was in prison with A-Light. So when I got home, I hooked up with A-Light, said, hey, what's going on? And we start talking. Now, Chicky's trying to get involved with this Instagram and all this stuff. Hey, can you please put me with A-Light? Can you please put me with A-Light? I call A-Light, go, hey, this kid wants to follow you on Instagram. Just kid Chicky's from my area. He's a good kid, whatever. He's one of these, social media guys. Yeah, tell him I'll follow me. A-Light messaged him. Then I put him on the phone. It was like the way he's up the Gotti's ass right now was the way he was up A-Light's ass back then. Oh my God, Ian, thank you so much. A-Light messaged me. I can't believe it. He's got so many followers. Thank you so much. He was up his fucking ass. It all changed afterwards. When he got around the Gotti's, and I can tell you the whole story. I'll tell you that one tomorrow.
Okay.
Around all that.
All right. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, if you want to save some shit for tomorrow, bro, that's cool.
Oh, I mean, we got to talk about. Listen, we could talk now, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, all about the lies and bullshit about this fat fucking low life.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, bro. I don't know him nearly as well as you fucking do, and I've already caught him in so many.
How are you? Yeah, I know it. You hear him from Michael? Yeah. Yeah, no, we could talk about this low-life scumbag, and they'll never end. I can keep telling you stories, and I hate it because well, listen, we're talking stories, and we're not talking about making him relevant in anything with that, and that's what he's looking for. Mike, your girl. So, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for relevance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's looking for relevance, and, if he just went and told the truth, there would be no issue with him. Listen, he says that he's not part of the life. Then what the fuck does he care what I do? You're not part of the life. And that's another thing. He tries to say, like, I went down to the Mount Carmel Club. The only reason I went down to the club, he says, I walk around Springfield, but I walk around on Sunday. Okay. I live in my house I grew up in my whole life. Okay. And I'm out everywhere in my area all the time. Not to brag about that. It's just I'm living my life. So the Mount Carmel Club is not a mafia social club. It's an Italian immigrant club. You could come up, Chris, and if someone sponsors you could be a member. It's not about anything to do with organized crime or mafia. It's not like the Ravenite Club where it was a mafia social club. We had social clubs here, but that wasn't one of them. This was a place where 99% of Italian immigrants that were legitimate businessmen that owned very successful businesses, my grandfather, all of them, used to go down to unwind at night, get away from their wives, play a little cards, and have a drink, and then, you know, go home at night so they could get away from their wives fucking driving them nuts. Yeah. That's what this club is. He's trying to give, you know, because Bruno got killed there. That's what it's like. Paul Castellano got killed at Sparks Steakhouse. Does that mean Sparks Steakhouse is a mafia headquarters and a hangout for mafia guys? You know, just because he got killed there?
No,
you know,
of course not.
Bruno got killed there, and this fucking fat piece of shit is trying to say like it's a big thing to be at the Mount Carmel Social Club. It's a fucking Italian immigrant society. Yeah. It's not a fun. Even when I was boss, you know, that wasn't my headquarters. I used to go there and socialize, but it wasn't a place where, you know, it was mafia controlled and mafia dominated. We were the 2% out of the 100.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, so, you know, he just lies and lies and lies. You know, the lies, you know, I don't mind if he lies. I told him. He even told me that he's going to make up lies because he says, you know I'm lying. I know I'm lying, but the rest of the world don't.
See, that's, bro, yeah. That's such a common theme from those people on that fucking side over there, bro. You know what I mean? They think they can get over on everybody. But they don't realize, you know, like, how does Chicky not realize that you're going to be around and other people who know he's lying and you're going to call him out?
They all know he's lying. He was making videos, this fucking jerk off. He was a dog eating dog out of a dog bowl.
Eating dog food.
Yeah, eating dog food. I wish somebody could, if any of these people, I would pay. If anybody is listening and they can get me those videos, I'll pay for those videos. You got this fat slob on all fours pretending he's a dog eating dog food out of a dog, you know, out of a dog bowl at a pet store. Okay, so, you know, he was trying to create a brand, you know. That's the way he was trying to create the brand.
Unbelievable, bro.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You know Frank Fiordolino, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in here making some funny ass comments. Yeah, look, this is good, man. This is a good preview for tomorrow.
Anybody with common sense, you don't have to have anybody that is a good judge of, you know, character and can read people. Forget about what they did. You can have your opinion of me. I don't give two fucks. But you got to, if you're a good judge of character, you know when someone's a bullshitter or a liar. And the majority of the people know it. Everybody in our area knows it. They're all laughing at it. You know, we all laugh when we see each other. Hey, did you hear that fucking fat pig? He's the biggest bookmaker in the fucking Northeast. You know, he's the biggest bookmaker. I never knew he was a bookmaker. You know, and people are laughing at him. And every single story listen, another story. You're worried about him coming to York, right?
Fuck no.
So, no, I'm saying to York. He said he's going to come to York.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Forget about the little midget beating him up. Forget about that one. Because when you see that, you're gonna fucking have to control yourself from not having a fucking heart attack laughing so much. But listen, there was a kid in our area. This kid died of a heroin overdose. He was terrorizing this piece of shit, Chicky, calling him a rat on social media. Every time he saw him, he would attack him. Chicky would take off in his car running, and Chicky would always say, "Oh, I'm good." I go, "Chicky, well, supposing you got people that you're around, why don't you give the guy a beating? Like, what are you doing? You're letting this kid die." "Oh, don't worry, it's gonna happen." So I get a text message. Hold on, my earphone went out.
All right.
So he says, she said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna do this." Now I'm gonna show you these text messages tomorrow. He text messages me this one. And I think I read him to you, but he says, "Oh, you won't believe it." He said he ran into the kid, that the kid's eye socket is hanging out, broken nose, broken jaw. The kid was crying like a cunt. Please. He took everything down on Facebook, all that, right? So I'm like, "Really?" I go, he goes, "I'll call you tomorrow. Won't believe it." All this bullshit, right? So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right. So listen. So I'm thinking he gave the kid a beating. I mean, I swear on my kids. I swear on my kids. He's swearing. I'm going to show you the texts that he sent me. So I'm talking to somebody else. I said, "Yeah, supposedly Chicky, they got this kid and they gave him a beating, right?"
Yeah.
So the kid found out that he said that. The kid posted the next day. He heard this. "Hey, you fat rat! You said you fucking gave me a beating. Look at my face. Does anything look wrong with my face? I never even saw you." You fucking fat, this lying fucking piece of shit, right? He never even saw the fucking kid. Never mind, gave him a beat. He never even had a conversation with him. He just made the whole fucking story up. He made the fucking story up. He never saw the fucking kid. And I told somebody that he's very close to that, and they couldn't believe it. He made the fucking story up.
Bro, I could see him. He fabricates shit from beginning to end. It's just, he pulls shit out of thin air. He was doing it to me on the fucking phone tonight. You know what I mean? Talking about he did this and he did that. No, you didn't. I know you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sits there and says, I never abused you, FBS. You fucking did. I watched you on Angel's show. What do you mean? You know what I mean?
He talks to Tony Soflo all the time on the phone, behind all their backs, giving up. You know, he gives one side all the information on this side. They think that he's with them, but he's giving up the information to them on them just so they won't badmouth him on their show.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's slick playing both sides, but it all catches up to you. When you tell a lie, it catches up. When you try to play both angles, it catches up. It's all catching up to this fat bastard.
Bro, you should have heard him tonight on the first, I'd say 2 minutes of that phone call. He was talking to me like we were best friends, and he was talking about how I told Angel, I told her, anything you do to FBS, whatever he does to you in return, you deserve it. I believe that 100%. Angel deserves whatever you do to her. I'm like, I'm so fucking glad somebody on this call is recording it, because
all right.
Oh yeah.
Now what do you think he's saying over on the other side?
Oh.
Like, he'll be telling them, I abused fucking Facebook, FBS, I abused them. I did that, because he's trying to make, when he met, I'm going to tell you what happened. So he was off A-Light's ass. So there was a guy that Junior Gotti was in jail with named Brian Hoyle. He did a little time with him. Every time Chicky talks about this guy, his sentence goes from 10 years. Then the next time he's talking about went up to 12. Then, my good friend, my dear friend. When he says dear friend, my dear friend. All of a sudden now the kid did 18 years. He's up to 18 now. Okay, so he went from 10, now the guy did 18. And when he was in jail, he did time with Junior Gotti. So with the social media today, when it all got reached out, Junior reached out and said, hey, there's a guy in your area named Brian Hoyer. I did time with him. If he's there, tell him I said hello. So right away, he goes and runs to him and said, oh, John Junior Gotti wants to. Meanwhile, he's telling me Junior Gotti's a rat. I'm trying to explain to him, like, because he doesn't know nothing about the rules of organized crime and any of that. He doesn't realize when you sit down and proffer, it's the same thing as cooperating. It's just that when you proffer, it's up to the prosecution to give you the deal. And if they like it, you're going to sign a cooperation agreement. If they like Junior Gotti's deal and they said, okay, we're going to take it, he would have had to sign a cooperation agreement. But the problem was he was telling half a truth. So anyways, that's how he ended up getting mixed up, and then he ended up getting up the Gotti's after. But the whole time when people are around here saying, Junior Gotti's a rat, he goes, I know. That's what he does. And then when he goes to the other side, oh, fuck that. Junior Gotti should have a statue put up with him in Howard Beach.
That's fucking sick, bro.
Right.
That's sick. But I want to just real quick, because somebody mentioned that the Chicky was begging A-Light for a follow. How insane is it? So Chicky right now is on Angel's show. Angel's worst enemy other than me is A-Light. So Chicky, after all this anti-rat talk and all that shit, not only is he constantly trying to reach out with you and other people, but he really wanted to hook up with John A-Light in a way. He did
hook up with him. I put them together. He was following him. He's a fanboy.
Yeah,
that's what Chicky is. He's a Gotti fanboy now, and that's what it. And when Gotti came up here to see where his son was gonna fight for. He was looking for areas, and also he wanted to see the guy Brian Hoyle. So naturally, a fanboy is gonna jump on that, and then he takes pictures. Look, I'm with Junior Gotti and blah blah blah. And if Junior Gotti said, "Get on your knees and give me a blowjob," he would do that. That's what fanboys do, and that's what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt.
He's not a man. He's a disgrace. He's the worst kind of a rat you could be. He's the worst kind. Fucking worst kind. Putting his brother up to wearing a wire. Putting his brother up to go through that when there was over listen to this. There was over a $5,000 debt. You fucking fat bum. They didn't have no respect for you or you didn't have enough brains that you could have squashed a $5,000 debt. Your brother had to go to the feds and wear a wire, get beat up.
Yeah, so
You're supposed to be a Latin king, and they couldn't come to you and straighten this out. You fucking disgusting pig. That just goes to show you that he had no respect here. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck who you are. To get beat up over a $5,000 debt after you paid for 2.5, 3 years, that means they have no respect for you. And that's his brother.
Yeah.
Before I go beat up someone's brother, I'll be like, hey, you want to try to straighten this out for your brother? Because first of all, who's gonna, why are you gonna beat the guy up for 5,000? But if it's gonna get to that level, go to the brother and try to straighten it out of respect. They have no respect for him because they know he's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He it goes to show how unimportant he was. Not just that he wasn't respected. I mean, $5,000. You couldn't get your brother out of that fucking debt.
Oh my God, over a $5,000. And my two friends that he wants to say that I put away, and my two friends, let me tell you something. They hated him. They fucking hated him. One of them was going to give him a beating because he went to his house while the kid was in prison. All right, to try to sell his wife one of those Louis Vuitton pocketbooks. The kid was livid. Not Freddie, the brother, Ty. He was so fucking, because you never go to somebody's house while they're in jail, And he's gonna say, "Oh, well, they told me to go over there." You don't ever. Do you know anything about prison? You never go to a guy's house to see his wife. If you're gonna do that, you send your girlfriend. You send, somebody else, but you never show up at the man's house when his wife is there while he's in prison. And that's what he did. And they were fucking, this kid wanted to fucking kill him. Okay? He acts like they were his friends. Freddie said he was an informant in 2008.
Yeah, well, I believe it. I mean, why should we be surprised at this point? Somebody, let me just react to something. Casey Robinson said, Angel said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but since A-Light turned FBS down for his interview, it shows he's better than FBS. I never fucking asked A-Light for an interview once in my life. Somebody suggested it to Gene Borello on my show the other night. This bitch is crazy. She just takes words and fucking twists them and makes her own fucking story up. She's out of her mind. And even when that was suggested the other night, I don't particularly want John A-Light on here. You guys already know that. I've said it a million times. But he turned me down? How? I never requested it. And where did this news come from? I didn't hear of John A-Light turning anything down. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. What do you think about Junior, Anthony?
Junior Gotti, for me, I could say both ways. All right, so I got nothing against him personally, okay? I respect what he did. He got out of that life, and he managed to get out, okay? He had 5 kids or 4 kids. He had a lot of money. He had a notorious father with the name, and he knew, he's a smart guy as far as knowing that life, he was a dead man in that life. And anybody that has children and you're in that life, and you're going to end up in jail for the rest of your life, it's not good. I don't care the fuck who you are. So I respect the fact that he got out of that life, and he's just trying to move on and go on with his life. I'm gonna get into his cooperation ship, but he's trying to go on with his life and move on. Okay, he got out of the life. He managed to do it. He went to trial and beat the cases. And I'll get on to, in my opinion, listen, what about him sitting down with the feds? But he got out. He did it. He quit the mob, and he's home, and he's with his wife and children. He's no longer part of that life, and I give him a lot of credit for that, as far as putting his kids first and his life, his family, and everything first. But his sister, this disgusting woman, right? That I heard so many bad stories about her, and I never really tried to hear it, but I'm hearing stories from active guys and in New York,
yeah,
about her. But she's disgracing the whole family. Not only are they attacking him now, they call him Blinky, they call him a rat, now they're attacking the father. She's destroying her own father's legacy. Now they're attacking the father, and it's all because of her. The father was in that life. He was the most notorious gangster in the past since Al Capone, and she's single-handedly, and I get it now because she's not really his daughter. She's single-handedly destroying her stepfather legacy. Okay, so getting back to him, if Junior Gotti cooperated 1,000,000%, If Junior Gotti went to a federal penitentiary where Whitey Bulger went, if he did not immediately, if he said he wanted to go out into population, he would have got butchered off the same way Whitey Bulger got butchered off.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
He sat down and proffered with the Fed. Okay, his own father, as boss of the Gambinos, if he found out that he did that, he would have ordered his own son dead. Okay, he sat down with the Feds and proffered. Let's just say the Feds took his proffer and they accepted it. They didn't accept his proffer. When you go to a proffer, they have to accept you and say like, okay, you're telling the truth on this. He was telling on all of his enemies, but now we know there's some involvement with this. He didn't want to go that route, so they refused to take it. Well, let's just say they took him. Let's just say they played with him and they said, "We're going to take your proffer. You have to sign now. He's got to sign a cooperation agreement." So he went that route with them, and he went to that extent. All right, so he doesn't sign because maybe his people that he knew closely were involved in maybe murders or anything. So he rolls the dice and he goes to trial. He gets found, hung juries. If he ever got found guilty and he took that step to sit down with the Feds, in my opinion, 100% he was going to flip afterward, like Joe Massino did. Okay? And I'm not knocking him. I'm not saying anything against Junior Gotti. You know, I respect his decision for what he did. People don't realize when you're in that situation, when you have children, a family, a life, and everything, and it's over, you know, you're going to get your head blown off by the Feds. It's over. So if he went that route and it didn't happen for him, but he's not in that life no more, and he walked away, and he's not allowed. He's going along living his life, and his sister's just fucking causing all this shit on this YouTube shit, and now he's getting abused worse than pretty much everybody. He's getting abused.
Yeah, without a doubt. And here's my opinion, bro. And somebody, Frank Fortolino actually just said it. I've said this before. The Massino approach. I am of the opinion that John Jr. to me, I think his plan was that he was going to give them that little bit. You know, he sat with them for a day, whatever. He gave them some info. Some of it was bullshit. Some of it wasn't. It didn't work out well for him. So he went to trial. But I think he went to his 4 trials planning on, if he was convicted, he would just flip afterwards like Joe Massino did. Same thing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're not going to listen. You're not going to, at those stakes, he was a boss of the Gambino family. He would never jeopardize sitting with the Feds if that wasn't in his mind to do that. Because once he sat with the Feds, that's going to be, listen, it's public knowledge now. Imagine if he was in federal prison doing a life sentence and that surfaced. He'd have to check in the PC unless he was at some fucking camp or maybe some medium where they house people. But he would have to check in if it surfaced. And it surfaced now. What makes you think when it surfaced, a proper's a proper. It's going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
So she's running her mouth. These rats. She's got the biggest, fattest rat on her show, that fat slob. And then her brother, if her brother's not around, why ain't he in the life no more? You just don't quit the fucking mob.
No.
Why ain't he in the fucking life? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, listen, they would like us to believe that John just had some different type of power nobody in the mob ever had, where he could just walk away and say, I'm done. I wash my hands of this whole thing.
They'll kill you. And plus, the guys that he cooperated with would have killed him. Once he cooperated with the Feds, that he walked away. It's just like today, that no one's killing nobody.
Yeah, no, I know, bro. It's I don't know. I don't. It is surprising to me, though. I gotta say that maybe it's because of who his father was. But how the fuck does this guy even live anywhere in the New York area anymore? Just because of that? Just because they're not killing anybody anymore?
Well, no. I mean, it's not about that. New York's a big area. I don't know where he lives, but
Long Island.
I go. You're gonna go out to play. Everybody thinks like the mob is that big, okay? And it's such a small amount of, it's minuscule. It's like 1/100 to 1% of 100%. It's like, so when you walk around, you're gonna go around and meet, and you're gonna bump into thousands of people if you do bump into a maid guy, you think the maid guy's going to do anything? He's at a restaurant, you're at a restaurant. I mean, there's no. I mean, now don't get me wrong. You're going to go into a headquarters, like a social club where there's mobsters hanging around? No. But other than that, what's the issue there? And they're not killing nobody anyway.
Yeah, I know. It would have been different.
I was on the streets when that all happened. I was still active.
Yeah.
And he was known to be no good when I was on the streets by the Gambino bosses and everything. So, and so if he's known as that, they're not going to say that if he didn't cooperate. They're not going to put the word out, to our family and to Gambino bosses and say that if he didn't cooperate with the government.
Yeah, good point.
Well, we're just going to say, oh, you quit? Okay, let's have a party. John Jr. quit. Let's all have a party and let him walk his merry way out of the mafia life. You think how that it went like that?
No. No, of course not.
No, of course not.
Now, listen, this is a good preview for tomorrow. I'm glad you came on. I told Anthony before this show, maybe I'll call you while we're live if you want to come on for a little bit. So everybody's loving this shit, by the way, bro. We had
are they?
Yeah, we had almost 350 people at one point. We got 305 right now listening live. So yeah, so and we're gonna get, bro. I want to get your channel up and running too. So
yeah. Plug my channel in. I'm gonna start doing that. So I gotta, I want to start doing the lives too. So when these low lives say stuff, I got my own platform to go on a live. I want to really put out content with our area, the real content, and Western Mass, Connecticut isn't mentioned a lot in mafia documentaries and books and things like that. But it was there was such a presence of notorious organized crime figures here, and I think there's nobody's ever touched on it. So I want to put that out on my channel, and then when the low life like this pig comes out, I can do a live and I have a channel platform to attack this pig.
Yeah, definitely, bro. And until you do that, you have this platform to attack this pig.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the name of your channel again, so somebody can grab the link and maybe throw it in the chat?
Yeah, it's Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. I want to talk about the money part of that life. Not people don't talk about it. A lot of guys didn't make money in that life. I made a lot of money. I was around money guys my whole life. I made a lot of money. So I like talking about money. I like talking about business, legitimate business. I like talking about that, how how we get involved in business. I own dozens of restaurants throughout my life, and I didn't know nothing about the restaurant business. I just went there and ate, had a good time, and took the money at the end of the week or whatever.
Yeah.
And but money is a big thing in every story, no matter if it's mafia, if it's Wall Street type crimes. People like to hear the money part, and the violence is always, I think people don't care when you talk about violence when it's one killer doing it against another killer. If somebody killed 2-3 people and then he gets killed, and I think that doesn't matter when you bring it up. I mean, no innocent people got killed that dealt with us or organized crime or the mafia. So talking about, if I get killed tomorrow, no one's going to care. People are going to say, well, he killed people, he lived that life, and he got that, and I accept that. I don't care if that happens, and people shouldn't care about, family members obviously are always going to care, but it's always us hurting each other. It's not innocent people getting hurt in that life. So,
well, from time to time. Well,
yeah, I mean, really, innocent people don't get killed in the mafia.
Well, no, but I mean by mafia guys. You got like Tommy Karate killing Phyllis Birdie and things like that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right.
You
know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, no, I know what you're saying. Absolutely.
Right. And then the mafia, everyone's fascinated with the mafia. It's always, I mean, the most talked about, it was the biggest organized crime group ever created in the history of the world.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's why, like what you were saying a minute ago, that's why the mafia, that's why people are so fascinated with it, and so many people kind of let the activities of the mafia slide in society because it is seen that way. Like, look, they're only hurting each other. But my stance on it too is that no matter what, if you're hurting a mob guy, you're hurting his family as well and stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah, well, that's I said this. The family are the ones that suffer, but
yeah,
you got to ask their family member, ask the family members of the people that they killed, and how their family members suffered. Like
yeah,
Bruno got killed in my area. I was with Bruno when we were meeting with Patriarch Boston in Boston, and they mentioned one of the guys, my friend's father, here, and they asked about the guy, and Bruno had it lit up. It was like he took really he took he loved the fact that he pointed to his chest with his thumb. Like they asked him what happened to the guy, and Bruno put up the finger with the thumb up like a gun, and then he pointed to his chest like he's the one that killed him. And he had this glow about his face with a smile. So people got to realize your family members took other people's lives as well, and they didn't feel bad about it, So
oh yeah.
when that happens to them, of course the family member is going to suffer, and they're going to cry, and they're going to complain, and they're going to do this. But did you cry for the family member that he killed? Their family.
No, very true, very true. But tell me what you think about this, though. My stance on Angel, for example, is right now, she's fucking as we speak. She's playing video after video of her fucking father, and she's stepfather, and she's constantly praising him and acting as if he was some saint. Now, you don't think that's kind of a spit in the face a little bit to his fucking victims and their families? I mean,
well, I don't look at again. He killed a lot of mobsters that were involved in that. I think she's what she is. She's a disgrace, and she's disgracing her father's name, her father's legacy. Because when I was a teenager, I gotta admit, I idolized gangsters. He was one of them.
yeah.
Growing up, and I was a young kid when Castellano got hit, and even though the Genovese family was always his territory, I kind of not idolized, but he was in a way. Looked up to John Gotti, and I liked his flamboyancy and all that as a kid. As I got older and I saw what he did, as I understood how the mafia works, and I became who I was, and you're making money and you're trying to avoid the feds, scrutiny by the law enforcement. You're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to protect the people around you, not bring heat to yourself, not bring heat to other people. And when I saw what he did by having his, all of his captains come down to the Ravenite and social clubs and report to him, and putting him right out, like leading them to the slaughterhouse, just to pick up indictments, and he destroyed the family, but at the same time he was a notorious boss, and she's destroying his legacy because now her actions are making people point all of this out now. Now people are saying, like, it wasn't Sammy the Bull. With or without Sammy the Bull, her father was getting life.
Yeah.
With Sammy the Bull on the case, they were getting life. Sammy the Bull jumps off the case, he's still going to get life. Okay, the only difference is Sammy the Bull didn't get life with him. Sammy wasn't the one caught on tapes talking about murder. You never talk about a murder. When I murdered, I would never talk. If somebody brought it up to me, I think I would be thinking about killing them, because why would you be bringing that up to me when we're never going to talk about that again? He's talking about it in a closed room, murders that he committed, murders that he's going to commit. He's the one that got caught on tapes saying anything. So people are paying attention to this. Regular people that wouldn't have cared before, that would have hated Sammy the Bull, that would have said Sammy's a rat and John Gotti's the best boss ever. Now, because of this woman, they're attacking her father, her stepfather, because of the fact that now they're looking into it, and now they're getting knowledge by guys that were in the life, and the guys that were in life are explaining, like, you don't do that, and now everyone's understanding. And he did ruin the Gambino family. He was having guys show up at the Raven night. They didn't want to go down. The last thing in the world you want to do is a guy that's making $10 million a year, $20 million a year, and you got him showing up at the fucking Raven night, the hottest spot, with the feds all watching you. Listen, I know what type of heat he had on him because I had heat the same way here. Once you drop, like when there's a notorious murder, or even if you drop a body in itself, right?
Yeah.
The heat that comes on you after that is undescribable. If you thought you were a criminal before selling drugs, just times it by 100. That's the type of heat you're going to get after that. You're going to get 24/7 surveillance. Anywhere you go, they're going to look to put. They did this to me. They're going to put listening devices in your vehicles. They're going to, if they know you go to certain restaurants, they're going to put them there. If they know you go to certain strip clubs, any coffee shops, 24/7, they're going to have people around. They're going to put GPS on your vehicles. They're going to be on you like you can't believe. And him knowing that, and him drawing all those people to him, he destroyed the fucking family.
Oh, absolutely. And he knew that there was fucking, they had bugs in the fucking telephone poles because they knew about the walk and talks. They had fucking cameras in vans in apartments across the street in the windows. They had agents up on the rooftops with binoculars and microphones. I mean, he knew how under scrutiny and under surveillance they all were, but he still did that to feed his fucking ego, bro. He still had to do it.
Absolutely. He didn't have to. He should have, you know what he should have did when all that happened? He should have went to Florida and said he's the boss in Florida. Let everyone follow him there and put someone else in charge and let the fucking family exist. But, you know, he couldn't do that. He destroyed them all.
Yeah.
And the reason people are talking about this, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. If it wasn't for that disgraceful girl, that stepdaughter, we wouldn't be talking about none of this.
No.
She's single-handedly destroying the whole family.
Oh my God, bro.
And she talks about this and that. She's got the biggest, fattest rat on her fucking platform, defending him. Well, she owes Lefty a fucking apology. She owes him a fucking apology. She wants him to apologize. She owes it to him. He should get a Pulitzer for what he did. He exposed the fucking biggest fake on YouTube and got the brother to come on his fucking channel.
I agree. Lefty did a great fucking job, bro. But bro, everything you're saying is.
And also, I got videos of the brother too that I haven't put out yet, by the way.
Oh, really?
I got videos of him too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, everything. Listen, first of all, she sits there with more than one rat. I mean, she's a rat. First of all, she handed over a tape that was meant to go to Jimmy Calandra so it could be turned over to Gene Borello's PO and get him locked the fuck up. That's one thing. Then MRE.
Then she sued him.
Yeah, of course.
Right, then she sued.
Yeah.
It's convenient when they do it. It's convenient when a rat, when they do it, it's not a rat. But then when somebody else was, they're a bunch of rats. They're a bunch of rats.
Yeah. And
if anybody else proffered like her brother, she'd be saying they're a rat. But her brother did it. No. My brother went to trial and beat the cases. She doesn't count the fact that he stepped down and proffered.
Oh,
ask any street guy. Listen, my boss is dead because of that. My boss, the bosses of the most powerful crime family in New York, ordered not my boss at the time, but my Bruno, in our area, they ordered his death because of the same thing. He talked to the FBI and they said, kill him. So imagine what my boss is dead for. She's trying to say her brother, there's nothing wrong with what he did. And Bruno's dead because Bruno did less than what her brother did, and he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she ignores all that, bro. That's, and so do all those people over there, all the anti-rat people. They'll come after anybody but John Jr. But then meanwhile, listen, you got this other fucking guy, MRE, sits on the show. You know about his case, right? I mean, this guy.
I don't follow. Yeah, I don't. Listen, I never followed. That was my mistake. I never followed this stuff. I lived the life. I didn't want to, I'm back into my area. I'm living my life. I'm living a great life. And I have no complaints. I never followed the stuff. People would tell me this and that. I never went on and listened to her show. I never went on and listened to no one. The thing that got me interested in this is when this lion fat pig started doing his shit. And then I started paying attention to them. Then I started learning. Then I started learning more. And I said, this fucking fat kid, he's the one that putting off all these people against me. He was the one giving Lee Cole all the information on me. He's the one giving all these people telling them to do shows on me. He's the one. then I started paying attention. I figured it out, and that's why I'm here talking to you. So I don't really know. I'm learning all this stuff about all these people now. So I don't know much about them. Just the fact that I know about this fat pig, and I'm going to talk about this fat pig because I know all about him. Now, when it comes to all these other people, and you know what it is? It's not personal with me with anybody else. So when somebody wants to do a story or a show, they can do it. I don't care. I won't even watch it, and I don't even care what they say. But when the fat pig does it, yes, it's personal. I know his story. I can come out, and I know the facts on this fat pig's kids. Now, that doesn't give them the authority to badmouth me. You know, if somebody wants to kidnap a woman and hold her in Walmart and is a drug addict his whole life, does it give him the right to talk about me? Absolutely not. But do I take it personal? No.
Well, he's another one. This is a guy who secretly recorded Gene Borello just so he could hand the tapes over to Angel's fucking lawyers so they could be used in a lawsuit. All those guys over there that like to talk shit about you and anybody else who ever cooperated, they're all rats. MRE was a convicted felon who got caught, labeled by law enforcement as a white supremacist, so he's a domestic terrorist, okay? He's got 7 guns, a bulletproof vest, ammunition, hatchets, knives, 18 improvised explosive devices, and his case just disappears, bro. You know what I mean? And all these guys...
He doesn't show how it went away or anything like that to prove otherwise?
Bro, he said it was a mistake. The local police told the gun shop owner that he was allowed to have the guns. So because they made a mistake, they had to throw the case out. Meanwhile, we went and got the whole case, and it says clearly in his case, the state dropped the charges due to federal involvement. But when we called the federal courthouse, there is no federal case.
Right.
So,
yeah, you just don't, it's you're never going to win. Because someone's always going to come up. I'm not saying them, in life itself. We were talking about this earlier. The biggest thing in life the human race has is jealousy. And the jealousy leads to hate, then it leads to anger, then it leads to actions on the anger, and it leads to circumstances on those actions, which always end up bad. And that's what I noticed that she has and Chicky has, and they're very jealous people and it stems from that. And when she went on a show, somebody said that she asked if Chicky sees me, right? Well, hey, listen, like I said, I have so much stuff, but I feel this is like, I have so much stuff. I don't even want to say the stuff I have to her where she can ask her brother, say, did this happen? Did Chicky send you a tape of him masturbating to you? Just have her ask her brother that. And if her brother, I'll put up 100,000 to her 10. And if her brother says yes, that he sent me a tape of him masturbating to me, right? Then whatever. If he said, I'll put up 100 if he doesn't say yes to that, to her 10. And if she doesn't, I'll show him the tape that Chicky sent me. So when she says he doesn't talk to me, she can go clarify it with her brother.
Yeah. Bro, yeah, and you told me that story already, and that's it's one of the greatest things I ever heard.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it really is.
That's how sick this fucking kid is.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's.
Who does that?
Bro, I don't know. I know I certainly don't. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, listen, thank you for coming on, bro. You've been on for, I think, over an hour. This is great. But tomorrow we'll do more. Well, I'll ask you some questions. You could take some questions from the fucking audience, and we could talk some more about all this stuff. It'll be good. This is a good preview for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming on, Anthony.
All right,
I appreciate
Chris,
it.
Have a good night. Enjoy your rest of the night.
You too.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Bye. There you go. Anthony Arilotta, folks. Now listen, when I was in Florida, across the street from that beautiful beach, about to have dinner with my lovely wife, and I said to you guys, I'm going to have some interesting guests coming up. Was I lying? You can always count on me, guys. And I want to thank Anthony Arilotta for coming on. That was very, very fucking entertaining right there. Very entertaining and a lot of information. And trust me, For anybody who might be thinking, oh, Anthony's he got a grudge against Chicky, he's lying. He's not lying. He told me a bunch of stories and sent me pictures and shit to prove it. Okay. So he's not lying about anything he's telling you. He's just being honest. I got the pictures where Chicky posted, with a Navy SEAL jacket that says Chicky on it, and posted the years that he was in the service, which you just heard Anthony was actually only in the Navy for 9 months. But I have the pictures where he was trying to give the impression that he was a Navy SEAL, which he never was. I have a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? So anything Anthony's telling you, you can believe it 100%. And this was good. This was good. This worked out well. This show went a hell of a lot better than I expected. Now, if only we could get some donations. Guys, come on. I just had Anthony Arilotta on. What the fuck? You going to leave me hanging? Hook me up. Hook me up, bro. Hook me up. Let me see what we got here. Angel mentioned my daughter, huh? I'm not fucking surprised. He was a Navy manatee. Oh, Bobby Barbarian, thank you for that $10, by the way. Oh, I know. I want to see that, bro. Uh-oh. Is that right? Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got to do something. By the time I do that, I'll forget the other thing I was about to do. But I must get to something ASAP. I'm actually looking at something on the computer, guys, right now. I know it looks like I'm just staring at the fucking screen, but I'm not. I'm going through a list here. What the hell is this? Bear with me. There we go. Done. Thank you for letting me know, person who let me know. Let me shout out. Son of a bitch. $2 from Danny Santos said, been busy and missed you. Glad I'm back. I'm glad you're back too, and thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it very much. I ain't making shit. And guys, you got to help me out because my friend Dwayne is going to be away for a while. So I got to make some money. I need some other people to kick up. You know what I'm saying? Common Sense, $9.99. Thank you very much. Yeah, I heard Chicky say out his mouth a few weeks back that he got some type of medical release because he cleaned some hazardous waste and he got sick, and he was in at 19 and out the same year at 19 years old. Yeah, 9 months. But that story has changed. You know, he talked before like he was in there for years, and I have some pictures of him posting dates and shit. It's all bullshit. He lies a lot. Now, believe it or not, tonight, I wasn't nearly as brutal as I could have been. See, when I talked to Chicky earlier, and the whole fucking conversation's recorded, not by me, I'm in a 2-party state, but by somebody who's in a 1-party state. The whole thing is recorded. So let him try to deny it, and I'll play the whole fucking conversation. Okay, he was doing everything he can to buddy up to me and try to get me not to have Anthony Arilotta on. He was in full-blown fucking panic mode. He's saying, you're going to have this rat fuck on, this rat put people away, blah, 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 going off. Knowing goddamn well he just wants to be Anthony's buddy. And I asked him about why the fuck he called my friends, basically passing a threat through them to me, you know what I mean, about this fucking stupid tape Stax is talking about dropping. Okay. And I didn't really like his answers. You know, I could just hear the bullshit in his voice. So I went berserk. You could ask the other people that were on the phone. I went fucking nuts. And I said, bro, I'm going to do a fucking show tonight abusing you from all night long, from beginning to end. It's going to be all about you. And he went nuts too then, and then threatened me, which was very stupid. He shouldn't have done that. And then I gave my response to that, but by that point, he had already hung up. Okay? So, again, let me remind you guys one more time. if you want to talk to me, if you are trying to get a message through to me or something, figure out a way to get a hold of me. Don't call my fucking friends. Don't pass messages. Do not give me warnings, and certainly do not threaten me. If you threaten me, whatever it is you're trying to get me not to do, I'm going to do. I'm going to go 10 times harder. I'm fucking nuts. I've tried to explain to you guys before. I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared of any of you or anyone you know. You want to send somebody, send them. You want to drop a fake tape, drop it. You want to drop fake photos, drop them. It's 2022. Any of us could do that to each other. Any of us. You could just take somebody's picture or take their face and put it on any fucking thing. A picture, a video, it don't matter. So what are they going to do even if they drop some tape? The stupid people believe it only because they want to, even though deep down inside they know it's horse shit. And that's it. Nothing's going to happen. I don't give a fuck. Okay, but you want to threaten me, you're going to get the exact opposite of what you want out of me. I have yet to have been threatened and then just said, okay, I better chill. And I'm never going to. I don't like threats. I'd rather you just come do something to me than threaten me. Threats piss me off. And when I get pissed off, I act out. You don't want to piss me off. Okay? You don't. You don't, because I'll make you pay. Guarantee it. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck. Don't try to threaten me with I'm this, I'm that, I'm from here, I'm from there. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care. All right? I would have never made it through the place I lived, the area I was in, the things I did, and everything I've experienced in life if I was somebody who scares easily. I'm not. You don't scare me. None of you ever will. And if I see you face to face, I still ain't going to be scared. So, Chicky, by all means, come to York, bro. Come to York. I'll make both of us famous, bro. Do it. I fucking dare you, bro. But you ain't coming no fucking where. You can't even get your fat ass up out of your fucking chair. I guarantee it. And that goes for any of you. I don't give a fuck anymore. Not like I ever really did. But you're pushing me. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous. And Brooklyn said, I don't believe the Navy even took his fat ass. Now, listen, one thing I won't do is lie about him. He was definitely in the Navy. He was in the Navy for 9 months. That's it. And then he figured out a way to scam his way out and get paid forever, you know? And that's how, that's how he lives now. He gets paid by the Navy. By the way, guys, I just have to say this, okay? Because even though Mike DeBella pissed me off last night, I kicked him off the show. He did apologize in the end and all that. I'm still not happy about him calling out Jimmy Calandra. I don't like that shit. You're not going to do that to my friends. But my credibility was called into question when his credibility was called into question. Therefore, I'm still going to post proof. Any proof I receive of who Mike DeBella was and what he was up to. And I already sent Jeff Nadeau one thing tonight, and I will be putting it up eventually. There is a New York Times article. Okay. I have the article. Jeff has the article. And it confirms exactly what Mike DeBella said about that stock case. I will read you a piece of it right now. This is from the New York Times. Okay. This is from the New York Times. So, Lee, when you did your show today talking about everybody dug into Danny Trio, why don't we dig into Mike DeBella's past? Too late. We already started. Okay. We already started. I found certain things out. I have his whole background. He's absolutely who he says he is. Now, how connected he was to the mob? Not sure yet. Okay, but I do have this. Okay, Metro News briefs, New York. 5 people face charges in investment swindle. Okay, Let me read. 5 people were indicted Wednesday on charges of cheating 54 people out of more than $450,000 in 2 investment swindles. The scheme used cold callers who persuaded investors from Utah, California, Indiana, Alabama, and New York to put money into 2 fictitious trucking companies, RJF Trucking and Sophie's Trucking. The investors, many of them elderly, were instructed to send checks payable to RJF Trucking to a Manhattan address that they were told was a brokerage firm. It was actually a place that rented postal boxes. Looks like there's a piece missing here. Oh, no, there's not. I'm sorry. The Manhattan District Attorney, Robert Morgenthau, said the suspects leased 2 storefronts where they installed a telephone bank to handle business for the companies. The defendants include Robert Spiro, 36, of Staten Island, the alleged head of the operation. Assistant District Attorney Daniel Castleman said Mr. Spiro is an associate of the Genovese crime family. The others named in the indictment, were Amal Jacqueline, Spiro, 37, who is Mr. Spiro's wife, I should have put that whole name together. Amal Jacqueline Spiro, 37, who is Mr. Spiro's wife. Elton Watson, 31, of Far Rockaway. Bruce Rubin, 38, of Brooklyn. And Michael DeBella, 26, of Staten Island. The defendants pleaded not guilty in, now get this, state Supreme Court in Manhattan. Let me read that again. Michael DeBella, 26, of Staten Island. The defendants pleaded not guilty in state Supreme Court in Manhattan. Bail was fixed at amounts that ranged from $3,500 for Miss Spiro to $150,000 for her husband. Okay, guys? And I'll just show you the title right here. All right? New York Times. So, it's like I said, you shouldn't jump the gun. You got to research first. Then you call the person out for being a fraud. Research first. See, Lee, what we did with Danny Trio is we took everything he ever told us about himself and debunked it through research and investigation. We found out his name isn't really his name. It's an alias. We found out that he was never a Colombo associate of any kind. We found out that he wasn't even in New York in the fucking 80s. He was in Fort Lauderdale. We found out he was the wash and wear burglar. We found out he did all of his time in Florida, none of his time in New York. And we found out that he got out in much less time than 18 and a half years. He did tops 9 and a half. Okay, he worked for a glass company and then he moved back to Florida. That's it. That's it. I found that out before I called Danny a complete and total fraud. And listen, I got some other stuff too today. All right, I got some other stuff that corroborates a lot of what Mike DeBella said about himself. So whether he pissed me off last night or not, the bottom line is this is a guy who's only been on my show. And if you call him out, you call me out. So I'm not going to say, oh, well, just because Mike did something I don't like, I'm just going to say fuck him, and I'm not going to do anything to defend myself in this matter. It ain't even about defending Mike anymore. It's about defending myself. Okay, so I told you guys in the beginning, I had a reason to believe that Mike was telling the truth about himself. All right, and now I'm finding out just that. I also got pictures of him in Rikers Island on visits. You know what I'm saying? I got all that. So, and I'll send that stuff to Jeff too. All right. So I just want to make that clear. Carmine S. $4.99. Tomorrow's interview with Anthony Arilotta might be members only. Guys, subscribe to a membership. If I don't get some fucking donations tonight, everything is going to be members only from now on. Chicky is the man with the blue shirt, correct? I'm not watching. I don't know. It's whatever shirt it is. It's huge. I'll tell you that much. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm glad it works out for you, Danny Santos. These guys in Slob Tube say they never ratted. Isn't it a secret society? People involved are supposed to deny it exists. Very true. Um, you don't scare me, Chicky. Let me see. Let me get down here. Chicky can't even leave his driveway. Never mind get his fat ass to York, PA. Yeah, no shit. Why would you be scared of someone who looks like an elementary school lesbian lunch lady? Oh, fuck. Let me see. Aunt Val, 1986, 4.99. Great content this week. Was this the first made guy on your show? Start counting like Tom. LOL. Yes, it actually, I believe it was. Yeah, the first made guy. Yeah. Yes, sir. FBS, I heard DeBella gave Convict Inc. three $50 super chats after you booted him last night. That's up to him. I don't care. The only super chats I care about are the ones I'm getting. That's it. Casey Robinson, you have loyalty and a good wife. FBS, that's all that matters. Those scumbags haven't amounted to shit. They want the reward but won't do the work. Well said and very, very accurate. Fuck Chicky and his ridiculous bullshit. Tired of it. Me too. Teresa the Baby Marie said Mike DeBella is not a fraud. Well, see, let me tell you why Lee wants this so bad. Because bottom line is, Lee had a co-host who he was in love with and looked up to very much and needed for his show. Okay, but he didn't vet the guy, and we found out the guy is a total and complete fraud. I humiliated him, and he had to leave YouTube. So now Lee is very angry, and what he wants to do is make it seem like any guest I may have might be a fraud. Well, Lee, there's a difference between me and you. I don't just look at a guy or listen to his accent and automatically believe he was part of the mafia. Okay. I asked around about Mike DeBella before I even had him on the show. You have to understand, I had been talking to Mike DeBella for 2 fucking months before he ever even called into the show. Okay. So you know me, guys. Come on. Do I not fucking find out everything about everyone? Listen, even if you're one of my friends, I might research you. It's just the way I am. This is the way I've been like that my whole fucking life. How do you think I'm so good with looking up criminal backgrounds and UJS portals and PA and stuff? Because when I was selling fucking drugs, I wanted to know before I sold you anything. Do you have any open cases? Do you have any cases that were adjudicated with some ridiculously short sentence that doesn't match the sentencing guidelines? It makes me think you might have informed or been a rat. I used to do these things. I did them my whole life. Why would I stop now? So if you guys think I just put Mike DeBella on here and was like, yeah, I'll just take his word for it, you're wrong. You're wrong. So that's the reason I was a little pissed off at Jeff yesterday, because it was like, bro, you're not exactly sure of everything I know, and we haven't even done enough research yet to say that this guy isn't who he is or says he is. I mean, it's... So I don't know. I don't know what spurred all this yesterday. That's all of a sudden so many people took interest in Mike. I do know what made Lee do a show bashing Mike, because Lee feels that Mike is responsible for him losing his partner. Bottom line is, his partner is responsible for his own demise on YouTube. And it's simply because he came on here lying about who he is. And there's people like me who aren't having that shit. And I looked into his background, found out he was a fraud, and now he's humiliated, as he should be. And he's starting to take abuse on Facebook and everything else. Starting to take abuse on Facebook and everything else. So he wants out. I don't fucking blame him. The funny part is, I tried to warn Danny. If Danny would have left when he said he was going to leave, none of this would have ever even happened. But then not only did he not leave, he started bashing me, and he called me a liar. Big fucking mistake. Don't do that to me. Guys, again, okay? And Stacks, you should probably hear this too. If you think I've come at you in any real way up to this point, you're wrong. When it's real, you'll know it. Okay, you'll know it. Now, I'm still not sure how far I'm going to go with this, dude, but it's probably going to be pretty far. Because I don't care what tape you drop. Just the fact that you made that fucking claim, I'm going to hit you hard, Stacks. I hope you realize that. I hope you know you're fucked now. I'm not going to constantly give you attention and all that so you get views. I'm going to put all the information I have together. I'm going to do one long show exposing the fuck out of you, your entire criminal background and everything about you. And then that's it. That's it. I'm going to pretend you don't exist like I have done 90% of the time I've been on here. So be prepared. But guys, again, with that video, that Shanna video, drop it, please. Drop the fucking thing already. Didn't Stack say yesterday it was going to happen today? Now I'm here in 24 hours. Why? What? Like I said, that's you got to finish photoshopping it and shit. Sure you do. He also owned a sanitation company, so he definitely knew people regardless. Cannot be in that business back then without being with someone, period. Yes. We have also found out that Mike DeBella absolutely owned a fucking sanitation company, I believe in Brooklyn, in the 90s. I think it was 92 to 97, if I remember correctly. I got to look at the records. So Mike DeBella, the nephew of Tom DeBella, the acting boss of the Colombo family for 8 years after Joe Colombo was shot, owned a sanitation company in Brooklyn. Gee, I wonder if he was affiliated with the mob. It just doesn't fit. Come on. And now we got this article. He was also involved in this stock case, exactly what he said he was involved in. And I'll admit to you, the one thing I said on my show yesterday with Nadu is that I will admit the one thing that struck me as odd is that stock stuff is usually federal, but yet he said he did his time in Rikers Island. Well, what do we find out from that article now? He was tried in state court. That's it. So, sorry, Lee. Fail. Again. Shit. Thank you, Gunsmoke the Dawn. I appreciate you being here, my brother. He did apologize. Props for that. He did. There's a case that's just sealed by a judge. He's still at. I'm not sure who you're talking about, Gonzo. Sean Landon Clark, $10. I think you're an amazing personality and entertaining. Outside of the MobTube BS, I could listen to you talk all night, and us non-donors need to step up. Pay the man. No one works for free. Well, thank you, Sean Landon Clark. I appreciate you saying that. Listen, all I ask is that people that are watching that can afford to fucking donate, please do. Please do. Like tonight was wildly entertaining. You see, I mean, I still have 295 people. Tell me the excuse. What's the reason that I probably made $50 on this show? And no cash, $2 in cash. Why? Why should that be? If I was a musician at a bar right now and there was 293 people there, you know how much fucking money I'd make off the cover charge? DJ, same thing. Yes, Teresa the Baby Marie. And and I'll be eventually showing proof of all that stuff. So Cellar Door, aka Mustache P. It doesn't matter what we say or what FBS shows receipts for over and over again. Angel and friends will always deny. Yeah, I heard the raggedy bitch the other night was saying that my sentencing minutes are still sealed. Are you out of your fucking mind, Angel? I've put up my fucking sentencing minutes numerous times now. Are you kidding me? Seriously. What the fuck are you talking? You just say things. I told you, they're the just say shit crew. They just say shit. Whatever. It doesn't matter if it's true, if it's absurd, if it's fucking makes sense, if it doesn't. They just say shit. Like Angel, in the title of her show, from what I heard tonight, the title of her show she's calling me a bully again. Angel, your entire crew right now, most of which are constantly on your show, headed by Josie, your friend, and NB, your other friend, are going to put out a fake sex tape of my wife, who's done nothing to anyone. And I'm the bully. Unreal. I told you, I'd like to put them all in a fucking car, like a clown car, just fit them all in there and drive them right off a fucking cliff. They could all hold hands like Thelma and Louise. You know what I mean? And then, like Gunsmoke always does, they could go wee until they fall and hit the bottom and explode. That's my dream. DJ Kaz, $4.99. FBS, you're wrong. Tony Pizza was the first made guy, bro. He was underboss of all families. He was underboss of all families. Interesting, DJ Kaz. Did I get your... Yeah, there's your super chat. Yes. I just saw your text. Let me see something. The Proctor guy looks like a nice guy. I hope Lee doesn't jack his life up. Come on. Proctor is... just don't... MRE probably wants to put NB in the car's ashtray. Whoa. Holy shit. I won't even say who sent that. Wow. Fuck. Yeah, the Proctor guy, listen. I don't know if the Proctor guys ever talk shit about me. I made a joke about him yesterday, but I don't have any reason to attack him. I feel bad for him because Lee is going to get him in all kinds of trouble. See, there's a difference with me. Like, I don't have a co-host. You know what I mean? Nobody has to pay for my sins for the most part. Unfortunately, who they go after is my wife. But they're going to do that no matter what. They're jealous of me. They hate me for a number of reasons. So if I just come on here and talk about fucking cutting grass all day or gardening or fucking basketball or anything, sneakers, you know what I'm saying? They're still going to attack me. They still are. But Lee is in a situation, or James Proctor is, I should say, where his partner is constantly stirring up trouble with the worst possible people. And what'll happen is people will start fucking with James. Yeah, and start digging into his history and doxing him and his family and all that stuff. And, you know, it's not good. Lee, bro, Lee loves to drag people down with him. I mean, look at Danny Trio. Danny Trio started off as a guy that everybody liked. Nobody really got too suspicious about because he wasn't really bothering anybody. And Danny, Lee wound up making Danny a target because Lee wouldn't stop with his bullshit. And now look, he lost Danny and Danny's been exposed. The jig is up. I mean, it's like Danny can't ever be taken seriously in the mob genre again. Whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube, it's ruined for him. It's literally ruined for him. You know what I mean? The guy threatened to knock my wife's teeth out. I will see to it that every Facebook post he ever fucking makes will have comments from numerous people about being the wash and wear burglar. Too bad. You want to threaten my wife, you fucking faggot? Okay, well, guess what? I'm going to be a thorn in your side from now until the end of time, bro. And that's that. FBS, you definitely do your homework, bro. I do. I absolutely do. Proctor is in for a whole midlife crisis now that he's working with Lee Cole. It's actually a shame, because he does seem like a kind of like a soft-spoken, you know, kind of like a gentleman of a guy. You know, he's just probably trying to do his thing on YouTube, but you linked up with the wrong dude, James. I feel bad. You don't have a bright future out of you if you don't. But this is another example. Lee did not go one single day without a co-host. He can't do it. He cannot do it. He needs somebody by his side, especially with this mob shit. You want to do mob content. Look what that Phil Linetti, as Lee called him, show that they did the other day. No offense to James Proctor, but he's kind of like a country bumpkin. He's got the southern accent. He doesn't fit in here at all. It's silly hearing him talk about mob stuff. And Lee had to ask him every fucking question about the Philly mob. I mean, and you could see he was reading little things. So after Caponegro got killed, what happened next? It's like, so Angelo Bruno was boss for 20 years, and then he got killed. Is that right? He got killed? What happened after he got killed? What do you mean? Why don't you already know this, Lee? Why not? Lee is up to what, his fourth or fifth co-host, doing great. Yeah, he's knocking it out of the park. He really is. Make it all members only FBS. I might have to. I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of the regulars donate, and the last few nights I've been okay only because of my friend Dwayne. And other people have donated too. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that those donations really made the shows worth it. So it's like, I can't expect one guy to fucking do that all the time. That's nuts. I just can't believe that even right now, 279 people, I can't believe that people aren't donating. New people haven't donated before. It's a shame. It really is. You try to give Danny a way out while saving face. I did. I absolutely did. Danny, I mean, he's been watching long enough. He knows who I am. He knows what I do. I mean, you told me on the phone, bro, you were leaving Lee and you didn't want any part of this. I went to SoFlo and Johnny Mac for you. I asked them to leave you alone. Now, did they listen? No, but that wasn't my fucking fault. Okay, it wasn't my fault. Then you went on the Angel show and you lied. You said you never talked to me. It was a huge mistake. So we started digging. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. If you have dirt, if you have skeletons in the closet, don't fuck with me. Seriously, don't fuck with me. Leave me alone altogether. Pretend I don't exist. Because I'll find that dirt on you. I'll dig it up. Now, see, you guys try to do that with me. The problem is, from the day I came on here, I never had any skeletons in the closet. I told you the worst of the worst, the good, the bad, and the ugly from day fucking one. So you can't find shit on me, so you got to make fake sex tapes of my wife and stuff. You know what I mean? But all you motherfuckers on that side, you all have dirt. You all have skeletons in your closet. You all have secrets. So if you're new, this is just my advice to you. If you're new and you're thinking about picking on some fucking buddy and trying to bully someone, and you're lying about your identity or your past or who you really are, or you have skeletons in your closet, you know that you have secrets that could easily be found out by a person such as myself. If I was you, I would just move on. Move on. Fuck with someone else. Don't fuck with me. I'm just giving you friendly advice. Check your Venmo, FBS. Oh, gladly. Oh, shit. Look at you. Bradley Fountain. Thank you very much. $25. Thank you. Biggest donation of the night. He said, I heard it all. No jack off story. Listen, Anthony told me the whole story earlier. It's crazy. Thank you, Bradley, for the $25. When you're a fraud, you get exposed, period. Not on the FBS watch. No. Listen, guys, how many people now? How many people? MRE, NB, Danny Trio. And there's a hell of a lot more that I just can't think of right now. You know what I mean? I've found out about you and I've told the truth. While you lied, I told the truth about you. So why do you keep going? You know what I mean? Why do other people decide to do the same thing that those poor folks did? Why? FBS, you researched these people? I was always under the impression you knew most of them personally. Okay, that makes sense now. I was confused. Got it now. Of course. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anybody personally. I know SoFlo personally. I know Nikki Blade personally. I know my friends that I'm, on the phone with all the time, and I've been doing this thing with for a year now. I know them personally, but nah, these other guys that I didn't know Danny fucking Trio. I didn't. You know what I mean? I don't know stacks like that. You know what I'm saying? But just like Danny Trio, I now have all the stacks of shit. And that might not bother him so much. But let me tell you something. Just a little teaser for you. His record consists of nothing but narcotics, possession, shit like that, and stalking, terroristic threats. That's his record. Okay, there's a whole lot of crazy shit on there. So all those people over there that are his boy, or his friend, whatever, and they talk about people threatening others and stalking. Well, he literally has it on his record. So I'm not going to, you know, I'm not gonna. I made a promise to somebody that I would research everything and put something together before I really started talking about it, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I have to strike back at you, and I'm not going to go after your family, your kids, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. Um, but I'll do what I always did. I'll tell the truth while you lie. You'll put out a fake tape about my wife. Well, I'll put out something real about you. You know what I'm saying? Stacks, same thing goes for you. You have family. You have a couple of people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure at least one of them you love. I don't fuck with my wife, bro. Stacks, bro, your life is already a living hell, but I'll make it worse. I'll promise you that. That goes for anyone. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Damn near anybody who's been exposed on here has been exposed by me. I mean, so what are you thinking? Are you just a glutton for punishment? Really? Even Lee, like Lee, I didn't even really get too much into your shit, bro. I kind of just let it go, but I can. It's up to you. BK Sal Crook, my man, $10 for all the best. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. Al. Sorry about that. Where'd this dickhead's comment go? Al Caruana, nice last name. I think I know that last name from somewhere. I don't know where his comment is now, but he said, stop whining for donations and get a job, shithead. Well, you're at my job, dickhead. Just because my job is better than yours, don't take it out on me, okay? I don't fucking come to McDonald's and tell you how to cook burgers. Don't come here and tell me how to do my job. And I'm doing nothing more than you would every Friday when you ask for your minimum wage paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. So fuck off. Mike DeBella, $50. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, bro. I don't know if you were watching, but I talked a little bit about you earlier. Thank you for the $50. Dave, $5. Anything they can do, you could do better. LMAO. Yeah, pretty much. Casey Robinson, $5. You aren't going to tell people my arrest for a DUI was really a jaywalking ticket to damage my street cred. I would never do that to you, Casey Robinson. Never, ever. No. But it's funny you say that, and I know why you made that joke, because that's what these people do. Danny Trio burglarized some fucking houses, stole some underwear, and a couple of cars and some credit cards, and he turned it into a whole mafia career and a jewelry store armed robbery that ended in a murder. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. It's like if I said that my last drug case that was for 1.43 grams was actually for 1.43 tons of cocaine. And why did I get such a short sentence? Great lawyer. No, it would be ridiculous. That you guys notice that? I want you to go back. I'm telling you, there's videos from a fucking year ago before anybody even knew my fucking name. I didn't know if I'd ever be doxxed. And I talked about that drug case, and I literally said it was 1.43 grams of cocaine. And then when you see my sentencing paperwork and look up my criminal record, what do you find out? It was exactly 1.43 grams of cocaine. So the point I'm trying to make is I don't embellish. I don't lie. I tell you how it is. I don't care how small time it makes me seem. I don't care if it just seems like some punk ass charge and people are going to say, oh, you weren't a drug dealer, you were a user, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't lie about my shit. If I was Danny Trio, and oh, holy shit, if there is a God, thank God I'm not. I would have came on here and I would have said, listen, I was never involved in the mob, but I did grow up in that neighborhood. I was around some guys, but I moved to Florida early in my life. I committed a bunch of knucklehead crimes. I did some pretty serious prison time, but I'm here to talk about the mob. I have a lot of mafia knowledge. That's it. Yeah, but no, he's got to come on here and make himself out to be Roy fucking DeMeo. Stupid. Thank you, Casey Robinson. Common Sense, $4.99. Stalking, Jesus. What was his name? Oh, the guy he was stalking. Well, the funny part is, I don't know how many of you guys know it, but Stocks, the guy who claims to be Italian, you know his last name is Lambert, right? Yeah, like Adam. Unbelievable. Stalkers are usually the sickest fucks. That shit is an illness. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Mob Entertainment Group. Jeff Nadeau sometimes overdoes it with the skepticism. He assumes most guys on the scene are lying until they show paperwork or media reports. Nah, that's understandable. That's understandable. I told you, I'm not mad at Jeff. The only thing that bothered me about it is, if you're calling Mike out, you're calling me out too. I'm not Jeff's boss. Jeff can fucking say whatever he wants. I just now, no matter what the situation is, no matter what happened last night, in order to defend myself, I have to let you know the things I find out about Mike. You know what I mean? Because I don't just sacrifice my integrity or my fucking credibility. I'm not just going to say, oh, well, Mike did something to piss me off last night, so fuck it. I'll just let people think that I brought on a fraud and that in turn I am also a fraud. No, I'm not going to do that. My last hater. I don't show up to the Taco Bell he works at and tell him how to make burrito supremes. LOL, exactly. Yes, he did, Danny Santos. He did. Thank you, Edward Everett. I think it was a good show, too. And again, thank you to Anthony Arilotta. Tomorrow should be a very interesting show, as you could tell. As you could tell. And like I said, guys, but since it's hard to get to comments all the time, you got questions for Anthony that you really want answered? Like Teresa the Baby Maria. I saw you had one. But I want to save some stuff for the interview. You want to know if he ever met the Chin, things like that? Email me your questions. You have my word. I will write them all down, and tomorrow when Anthony's on, I will ask him. Because listen, it's going to be the same thing. Anthony has been interviewed a million times. You guys have a lot of mob knowledge. I'm going to ask him a little bit about his story, but I'm not going to do like I did with, say, Jimmy Calandra. I'm not going to ask him his story from beginning to end. I'm going to talk about some more current stuff, his situation now. I will ask him about some of his past crimes, of course, his cooperation, and then we'll talk some shit. You know what I mean? I'll let Anthony speak his mind on a lot of things because he has every right to. He's taken a lot of abuse from people, especially lately. But it's not going to be either or. It's not going to be a formal interview, and it's not just going to be a bunch of shit talking. It'll be fun, like I did with Gene. So that's that. Francesco Fiordolino, I kind of felt bad for that Mike kid last night. Yes, he blew his lid, I agree, but he came in heated and I could understand, and Jeff's my buddy. Yeah, then listen, I know too, and I know, listen, I know that Mike has been very respectful when it comes to Jimmy, regardless of whatever issue he might have with him. Every time Mike has been on here, he's gone out of his way not to say anything about Jimmy because I told him I'm not going to have that shit. You know, Jimmy's my boy. And he respects that. But I know he was pissed off last night and, you know, things got heated and, you know, I know. But I can't have anybody, you know, sitting here talking shit about Jimmy on a stream with me. I'm not going to do that. I don't. Same thing with Mike. If me and him are on the phone, I tell him I don't really want to hear anything bad about Jimmy. It's my boy. Whatever you have with him, it's your thing. But I don't want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Danny got off of an attempted murder case because they found out he just thought about it. I live in Fargo. I'd be the biggest jackass to pretend to be a street guy. That's one of the funniest comments I ever read. I watched Fargo not that long ago, and holy shit, the way they portray people from Fargo is fucking hilarious. Oh, shit. Dave Lambert, the inventor of the Sibian. Oh, that's some good Howard Stern shit for your ass. FPS, can you believe that Angel, Marla, and Emery are still bitching that I what? Or he could have just left when he said he was going to leave the first time. Danny, yeah. Mike DeBella, most of us know you get heated. You should come on and be cool. I knew you were hot from the jump. That's not you on the regular. You should come on. Well, hopefully we can work things out. Mike can come back on. You know what I mean? Common sense. I think he just went about it wrong because he grouped him in with absolute frauds, which was not best way to go. His intent. Go about his intent. I think just made bad delivery. I agree. It was wrong. In my opinion, for Jeff to lump Mike DeBella in with those guys because you don't even know yet, you know, and that's not good for you either because it takes away from your own credibility. Because what if we find out every single thing Mike has ever said about himself is true? You know what I'm saying? And it did damage in a way because instantly after Jeff did that video, people are in the fucking comments on all the Mike DeBella videos saying fraud. Like, you don't even know that. What do you mean? You don't even know that. And look, now I just read you this article, and you got to feel kind of stupid because that right there proves the main thing he spoke about, his case. It also proves that he most likely did do his time in Rikers because it was tried in state court. Let me tell you something. I spoke to the guy that gets me this information. I can't tell you everything about him. I can tell you he is a private investigator. Okay. And he knows the ins and outs of all this background shit. And he absolutely told me in certain cases, there's a number of reasons why you're not going to find a man's prison record and stuff. Okay. Or you just have to do a different type of digging. I'm telling you right now, I have researched dozens of people who I know for a fact have done time, and yet they do not show up on Department of Corrections websites. I know guys who have done Fed time, and they do not show up on the Federal Inmate Locator. There's a number of different reasons for it. So you can't go by that. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like Danny, I told you guys, I know for a fact, I showed you guys, he got sentenced to 9.5 years in Florida State Prison. I implore you to go to that Department of Corrections website and search him every which possible way, every single alias. Daniel John Smith, Daniel Trio, Danny Triola, Chip Mayhew, whatever. He's not there. He's not there. But yet he did do that time. That is a fact. So sometimes when you're researching people, you come across these little speed bumps. But you can't just say, oh, he's not there, boom, fraud. You can't, because he might actually be there, or you might have to do a different type of search. Guys, I told you, like the MRE thing, we started getting information weeks before we actually said anything. And B, it was literally like a month. Made sure all our fucking I's were dotted and T's were crossed. To the point where you got to have a video and hear their voice at the same time. Things like that. You can't just go jumping the gun and saying somebody is this or somebody is that. You know, I did that once with the Vinnie Green thing. I went berserk out of anger. I just posted because some dickhead gave me this fucking pet groomer's information and fucking, you know, made it sound like he knew the guy fucking personally. And then I find out this douchebag just fucking Googled Brooklyn dog groomer Vinnie Green. I mean, you know, and that was a mistake. And I apologized and I took all that shit down and I corrected it. But, you know, you got to really research somebody. It's not good to just call somebody a fraud. It's never good. Yes, I do, Danny Santos. Thank you. The truth is, and I've always said it, I was very low on the totem pole mob-wise, and that's the truth. Danny should have just been himself, and he'd be taken seriously. Exactly. Or, you know, even if you want to lie, Danny, there's a way of lying and still keeping yourself safe. Like, in other words, if you wanted to do that, you could have said, okay, listen, you could have assumed that we're going to find out dates and things like that when we look into your situation. So you could have said, all right, well, they're going to know I got busted in Fort Lauderdale in 1985. So I'll say that I was only in Brooklyn till 84, and then I moved back in 97. And all my mob associations took place before I moved to Florida and after I got out of prison when I was back in Brooklyn. And, you know, just don't say you murdered somebody because we're going to find out whether or not you did. And he could have just came on here as a mob guy. And we would have never, ever, no matter how hard we tried, ever be able to prove that he wasn't around those guys. Because you can't. That's like what I was saying to Jeff yesterday. You cannot. There's no such thing as, if they were associated with the mob, we'll know. No. You're talking about in the 80s and the 90s, each family had fucking thousands of associates. Thousands. Think about how many maid guys each family had. And you figure each maid guy had about 10 associates under him. Thousands between all the 5 families. There's no fucking way we're ever going to know of every single mob associate. No way. And yes, some people are smooth fucking criminals. You are not going to fucking... They didn't get caught doing shit. They flew under the radar, without a doubt. I guarantee you there's maid guys that we don't know anything about. Guarantee it. Not just now, but back then. Of course. What do you think? The FBI is so fucking good they know anybody who's ever been affiliated with the mob? Or do you think that every mobster is so bad that they've all been caught? No, it's just, that's why I'll never understand it. I'm not mad at him. The dude fucking apologized to me a bunch of times yesterday. He took the video down, but I will never understand for the life of me why Jeff added Mike DeBella into that video. I don't understand. And now it's backfiring. You know what I mean? So... Good point, Common Sense. About the chin. Good point. Okay, Dave. Yep, I'll ask him tomorrow. I promise you, bro. Maybe, Teresa the Baby Murray. Tony Ducks, in all fairness to Mike, he was responding to Lee saying things about Mike and Jimmy. He wasn't exactly talking shit about Jimmy. Yeah, I know. But listen, Mike had every reason to be pissed off. I know what he was watching before he came on the show because we were talking about it on the phone. You know, there was Lee talking shit. There was Jeff doing his fucking thing. Mike felt like he was getting it from all angles. I understand why he was angry. You know what I mean? And when you're heated, you say crazy shit. I know that better than anyone, but I'm sure that Mike understands too that I am Jimmy's friend. And if you do that, I can't have you on the show. I got to kick you off. And you should appreciate that because if you're a real dude, and I believe Mike is, He's a street guy. He's a serious guy. That's how you should want anybody you're associating with to treat their friends, because if you one day become good friends with that person, you're going to want him to do the same for you. You know what I mean? So it was a shitty situation because it was such a good show. Mike could have gone on. Oh, fuck me. I broke a fucking cigarette. Mike probably could have gone on for an hour. It was gold, but I had to do it. Mike DeBella said, I'm definitely upset with myself for losing control. No, I'm sure you are, bro. It's all good, man. Shit happens. Can you describe the little fella? He was just funny looking. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Dexter Morgan said, no, Biggie Mike, if someone called me a fraud, I'd be hot too. Any of us would. Hopefully you come on again. Yeah, I'm hoping everything gets worked out. Common sense. I understand there are a lot of frauds on here, as we have seen. But Mike came on with his face, spoke about people who are alive and well, and Bill said he knew him. I don't know why he questions that, but yeah, I don't either. I don't know that. I mean, Bill sat here and told a story. Bill Catolo. Yeah, like he told a story about how they were ordered one time to go rough Mike DeBella up. So what are you telling me? He was just some citizen, some civilian. They decided, let's go fuck him up. Like, no, there had to be a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there should tell you something. Let me see. Mob Entertainment Group. Chicky weighs so much he's gotten chairs to tap out like they're in an MMA fight rather than let him sit more than 10 seconds. Yes. Casey Robinson. Danny Trejo's phony name as a kid was Cordial, but all of the wise guys called him. We hung around. What? We hung around Sunny, Coffee Cake, Jimmy. Oh, you're talking about did you mean to say Cologito? We hung around Sunny, Coffee Cake, Jimmy Whispers, and Mush. MRE got his gun dealer mixed up with the ATF. That's why it's sealed. The truth, that is not true. If you have cases that are older than a certain amount of time and they get paid to get their record sealed or expunged, you won't find info, or prison prosecutor won't even know. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. You were referring or responding to someone, who was it? Looking for the truth. When you rat, they take you out of the database. Well, that's true too, but it doesn't mean that because you're not in the database you ratted. It just means that if you ratted, you won't be in the database. I don't believe Mike's a rat. He came on here with his fucking face. Somebody would call him out. That's out of the question to me. But yeah, that's true. In the federal inmate locator, you're not going to find cooperating witnesses and shit. Trust me, I've tried. You know what I mean? You're not going to. Look up James Calandra. See if you could find him on federal inmate locator. He did time. He did time in the 90s, the 2000s. He would be on there, but he's not because he cooperated. It's just the way it is. Hundreds have made guys over the years that are unknown. Yeah, oh my God, without a doubt. Why is the murder tag a form of metal for this fucking guy? That's fucking weird. Yeah, I know. I added my bad. Yeah, I know. Danny, he wants to be a killer. It's fucking nuts. If you read the Blakely report, guy who made the RICO law, the government estimated there were 100,000 LCN made men and associated nationwide in 1979. There's no way they knew all of their names. Nope. No fucking way. In LA County alone, there's like 200,000 street gang members. They don't know everything about everyone. No, they don't. My thing with Mike was Bill vouched. Yeah. Absolutely. Only the feds do that, not state. Yeah, you are right about that. I'll give you an example. Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull. You couldn't find him on the federal inmate locator, but you could find him when he was in the state prison in Arizona. So that's very true. There were guys recently. There have been guys recently the feds didn't know were made until they said so. Yeah, no doubt. FBS Jeff called Bill Catola Jr. during his show yesterday, calling out Mike D. Actually, is calling out Bill as well, if you think about it. Yeah, I don't know. The whole fucking thing was weird. I don't know. And besides, you know what? I'm not going to get into it just because of private conversations and shit. But anyway, let me see what we got here. Give me a second, guys. I'm on long as fuck. It's 12:31. I believe you were only on the federal inmate locator while you were in federal prison. No, believe it or not, that's not true. You could look up John Gotti Sr. right now. You'll find him. Anybody that's been in, I think the federal inmate locator goes back to 1982. Let me show you guys something. I'm an expert at this. I use this all the time. I still got a couple of friends. I got a friend who's in Raybrook right now until next year. He's been in 9 years. Oh shit! I put that in the wrong fucking place. Hold on, guys. Look at the third one. I'm sorry, the second one. That's John Gotti Sr. Look, deceased, 6/10/2002. He's still on there. There's John Gotti Jr. above him, released on 12/1/2009. And then under John Gotti Sr. is Peter's son, John, who got caught with the oxycodone and the arson and all that shit. He gets out in 2024. So, yeah, if you were in federal prison, and it goes back to, let me see, 1982. 1982. So if you did time in the feds since 1982, you will show up on there unless you were a rat. I feel Jeff is really good at what he does, and if I know him, I'll own up to this. Yeah, hopefully. Listen, Bill, it's not my place to say what Bill. All I know is this: the only thing that confused any of us is why Mike had a stock case, but didn't do his time in the feds. That's it. I can tell you that right now. If Bill said anything, it was that. And we just got the fucking answer. Listen, every case is different. And for some fucking reason, his case was tried in state court. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this. The others named in the indictment were Amal Jacqueline Spiro, 37, who was Mr. Spiro's wife, Elton Watson, 31 of Far Rockaway, Bruce Rubin, 38 of Brooklyn, and Michael DeBella, 26 of Staten Island. The defendants pleaded not guilty in state Supreme Court in Manhattan. Right there. That's it. You know? So, I mean, that's... Uh-oh. So, and that's the only question I had. Watch my show yesterday. The only thing I agreed with Jeff on is like it is odd about that, and the fact that we can't find his prison record on the New York Department of Corrections. But again, there's a million reasons for that. And Mike told me in the beginning he paid a whole lot of fucking money. I think to make that happen, or at least to do something with this case. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Bradley Fountain, 1999. Great show, FBS. You have wasted so May and your guest. You are the king. I'm not sure exactly what maybe so many. I'm not sure. And you are the thank you. Thank you very much for that, Bradley Fountain. Thank you. That's a couple of donations tonight, and I appreciate you. Common sense. Security fraud can be state or federal. Feds only check if stocks or bonds, not for fraud or checks, money, etc. That is why. Mike DeBella, I've lost a lot of family from my own family, from my temper. Trust me. Well, listen, here's the thing, okay? I don't know what you guys think. I'm torn about this because Jimmy's my boy, of course. But Jimmy came on last night and said he has no problem with Mike. So I don't know what to do here. I'm not going to text Jimmy at fucking almost 1 a.m. But if Mike wants to come on now and clear some things up, I'll drop the link for him. It's up to him. There's the link in the chat. I used to fuck with one of Wild Bill's guys often. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to Bill about this. But we worked it out. Yeah. I've spoken to Bill about this. Bill saw him around. He knew of him. You know what I mean? He absolutely did. Why would that be? Because he was a nobody? I mean, I don't think so. Be careful with Robert Rosso, Mike. Them jailhouse lawyer inmates have big mouths. Good advice. Teresa the Baby Marie at Mike DeBella. My husband knows you and you do know him. You don't claim family like that. We got your back on being a self-made man. We love you, Mike XOXO. There you go. You might need to email the link, FBS. Mike, what do you say? You want to come on or maybe another time? It's up to you. Let me know. I'll email you the link if you want. I can't stay on too much longer, but I figure tops 23 minutes. You guys know me, man. I like to be off by midnight, but tonight has been a great show. And I know you guys are enjoying it. We still have 265 fucking people. And guys, don't forget, feel free to donate. It doesn't hurt. It only helps. I'm going to see what Mike says. Robert Rosso, I think, is heading back to prison. Just a guess. Probably. Well, he's the type of dude that's going to be in and out of prison his whole life, especially him. He's got lifetime parole. He's fucked. You know what I mean? That's why I don't pay much attention to him. He's not going to be a thorn in my fucking side for long. Sis, $10. I'll have to watch the rest tomorrow. Hard to pull myself away, though. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for the $10. And yeah, this video will be up, so you're good. I'm assuming he's jumping on because I don't see him in the chat anymore. I'll tell you one thing. I'm fucking hot. And I don't mean like attractive. I mean like on fire. It's hot as a motherfucker in here. Hold on, guys. Well, give me a second, guys. Let me go get some iced tea, all right? Take my red Solo cup and go get some iced tea. All righty, right. Let's see. Oh, Rusty snuck in. FBS. Jeff Nadeau called Bill Jr. Speak on it another time. I'm sure Bill Jr. told Jeff he didn't. No. He did know Mike was legit, but Jeff would have looked bad. It's possible. Robert also will relapse before he goes back to prison. That guy's a spaz. Well, he'll relapse and then go back to prison because of his relapse. Jeff Nadeau also said I wasn't a real street guy. I made him look like a fool. Yeah, sure you did, Danny Cojones Gobbler Trail. Oh, email it to you? All right, hold on. Gmail. I didn't even get to call him back. Like I had guys, anybody who I didn't return a message to or a text or a phone call, an email, whatever. My apologies, guys. Today has been These last 48 hours have been fucking insane. I'm telling you, like, oh my god. And tomorrow, tomorrow is gonna be horrible. They're gonna drop a fake sex tape on my wife. That's not gonna mean anything. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough weekend. And son of a bitch, I still got to take the trash out tonight. I might as well just hang it up. I emailed it to you, Mike. Rosso is off the wall all over the place. He's a fucking maniac. Yeah, he is. Like the bill asked for the link 25 minutes ago. FBS email. I didn't see it. I swear to God. You know me with the fucking comments. Oh, okay. Yes. No, thank you, Bradley Fountain. Yeah. It's been good. We had Mike on last night. We had Jimmy on last night. The night before, we had Gene Borello on. Tonight, we had Anthony Arilotta on. Tomorrow, we're going to have Anthony Arilotta on. It's pretty good, right? I told you guys, man. When I go on vacation, I get all refreshed. I come back with a fucking bang. Oh, damn it, Mr. H. You guys always have such great opportunities. Well, let me guess. I was going to have to send you $5,000, but in return, I was going to get like 22 million out of a secret account, right? Yeah, you ain't kidding, common sense. Oh, let me see it. Let me see it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait. Oh, my bad, bro. I was muted like Tony Soflo. Son of a bitch. Somebody just sent me. Oh, my God. Somebody just sent me a clip of this so called tape of my wife. Guys, are you fucking for real? That's a brunette. That doesn't even look like Shanna. Was this on Chicago Muscles channel? Get the fuck out of here. Bro, see, this is the kind of shit that makes my night. Now, you wonder why nobody believes any fucking thing they say? You wonder why? Hold on, let me go look. Let me go look and see what the fuck this says. Because this video that was sent to me. Wait, guys. Hold on. I don't see Mike yet. I don't know what the fuck is going on over here. Of course it was bullshit, but I was wondering what the fuck they'd pull up. Where is it? The fuck does that say? Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my god, you guys are fucking the absolute worst at this. You're the absolute worst. I thought it would at least be something convincing. Oh my god. No, I see it now, bro. I see it. I see it. Holy fuck. All right. Where's Mike at? But FPS DJ Never Know Mine said it's real. Well, that's my problem. He's very credible. So if he says it's real. Great lineup for guests. Jimmy, Bill, Gene. Were Jody and Marla not available? Yeah, no, I couldn't get them. Chicky watched a few seconds of the fake sex tape, then put on John Jr.'s 60 Minutes interview and rubbed one out. FPS, I told you it was going to be a bogus porn star who might resemble Shanna a tiny bit, and this just proves. Well, listen, I could be wrong. Maybe this is just a gift that he used, and there's something else. But I told you, it's going to be. It's very simple. It's going to be like. Do you realize? I was asking somebody earlier, but I can probably do it myself. I asked somebody earlier. I said, "Bro, can you do that? Like, can you take a girl's picture and just put it on any porno?" And he was like, "Of course. Of course I can. Anybody can." And I'm pretty good with the Reface app. I mean, so I know exactly what they're going to do. You know, they make these videos. There's been a couple of channels where it's like my face or somebody else's face on like a dancing body or so. You do the same thing. You would just take a porno and you would just put the fuck. So even if this is not it, I know what it's going to be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody could use their common sense, but it's like anything else. The only people who are going to believe it are the people who want to believe it. So it doesn't make a difference. Mike DeBella, I appreciate it, Chris, but another night if the offer is there. No problem, Mike. That's cool. But listen, it's like I said, this is a danger zone because if something like that were to come out and even insinuate that it's my wife, the next thing you know, somebody's probably going to drop one on Victoria Albano Gotti, something like that. I mean, I don't know that, but I'm assuming something like that would happen. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, it could be NB in one, it could be fucking. There's a number of people that could pop up in videos just like that. You know what I'm saying? And Thin Gray Line. Let me fucking find out you're involved in this. Because from what I'm hearing, you are. And we're going to have some fun with you, bro. Because you're a fucking snake. I was right the first time about you. I mean, you fucking sat there and called Johnny Mac and encouraged us all to listen in. You called him with us on the fucking phone. And you know why. I mean, bro, you're exactly what I always said you were. Everybody's best bet is to stay far away from you, bro. But I hear you have some part in this. Okay. Okay, Thin Gray Line. Let's see what happens. Don't fuck with me, bro. Steer clear of me. Because you already know why. You know why, bro. You know why you better not fuck with me, right, Thin Gray Line? I think you do. Yeah, you do. You do. Oh, he said he can call. Okay, you can call in. Okay, cool. Oh, I know common sense. Oh, of course. Not only that, it could be a whole bunch of other issues. That's why, like I said, if somebody were to put something out on one of them, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it. Trust me. That's all kinds of illegal. You know what I mean? To do something like that is like, holy fuck. That's nuts. That's where you're taking serious chances with yourself. Let me I'll call Mike. Let me close this door. I'm gonna fuck around and wake Shanna up. Mike, I'm calling you.
Hey, what's...
Oh, shit. My bad. Motherfucker.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry about that, bro. I accidentally hung up on you.
Nah, no problem. Hold on 1 second. Let me just plug my girl's phone.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Step outside for a second. Babe, I'm gonna go on the balcony real quick. What's up, pal?
What's up, bro?
My apologies about last night, but you know.
No, I know, bro. You were
so many
pissed off.
questions. You know. You know what it is. We don't have to rehash that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, nobody blames you for being pissed off, bro. You should have been.
But like I said, it's just a weird thing on how, you know, if he wanted, like, and I didn't even understand afterwards. I'm not even mad at the kid, Jeff. But if he had a question, and then he's saying after I was off the show, he was saying, well, why didn't Mike just ask the questions? And that's what really pissed me off even more, because there was no questions asked to me.
Yeah.
If you look at the show, he's like, all I wanted him to do was answer the questions. I'm like, I wasn't even aware that he was on the show. I wasn't even aware that there was questions that somebody wanted to ask me.
No, I know. I got you.
So, you know, and that's just part of it. And then, you know, unfortunately, my lawyer's dead right now, Paul Lamole, Staten Island. I'm sure somebody probably knows him on there. But his son is still alive. So he's in Clove Lakes in Staten Island. So I'm going to get all of that just to shut people up. Like Lee today. Lee's on there like, oh, yeah, Mike DeBella. We're gangsters on YouTube. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up. This guy's a fucking joke.
I know.
Oh, and then he puts on a comment. The crazy comment is he puts on the comment. I see this email under his comments. It says Fusco at Roma Deli, right?
Yeah.
Because idiot fucking can't fucking get anything right. He fucking spells my name wrong. He spells everybody's name wrong.
I know he's an idiot.
Okay. And then he writes, oh, I'm not sure if you're the real thing. Email me at Lee Cole. And then he's like, well, Mike DeBella. And then he has this thing saying, Fruit Cup DeBella doesn't know me or my deli. Did I not send you fucking, I eat a Romadelic every other fucking day.
Oh, he sent me all kinds of shit. Yeah, there's
okay?
no doubt about it.
I DoorDash to my office every fucking day. And then me and my wife, we never cook. Ever.
Yeah.
And Roma Deli, he's got two of them. So, you know what? I don't even care. And Lee was calling the fucking deli all day. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't. And the funny thing is, the guy's name is not Fusco. He heard me say something with an F last night, and he's putting on there Fusco at fucking Roma Deli. It's Fasto, Lee. Get it right.
He's
Fasto.
a fucking moron, bro.
Okay.
By the way, thank you.
Canada.
By the way, bro, hold on real quick. Thank you for that second 50. I don't think I thanked you. I appreciate that.
Nah, bro, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. I don't, you know, people get mad. All I wanted to ever do was come on, you tell some stories about your own shit, and then it all becomes about, you know, like I can't find the fucking guy, or whatever the case may be, and this, that, and the other thing. You know what? I'm not gonna make any apologies about why people can't find my fucking record. You know what I mean? And that's why I was like, you know what? Let me find that fucking article on there. I called like an XX that when she was in the stock market, it came across the fucking Teletron. And fucking, from the New York Post or whatever it was. And that was just one of the cases. But, yeah, so, you know, I mean, Jeff should really, you know, he should really do his homework a little bit better. And I'm not even upset with him anymore. But, you know, he could call Bill and fucking whatever. And you know what? It actually is true. I didn't even hear when fucking Bill Catola told you about He was ordered, his crew was ordered to come see me because they were. Because I was a defiant little fuck.
Yeah.
You know? And they tried too many times. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Everybody's a man when they're in the street. So it is what it is. But,
I got you.
You know, but, yeah, I guess when I came in over there and then, you know, and even hearing Lee today, I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot. He really is an idiot. He fucking truly fucking is. He has, and these fucking people he has on. And then if you say one thing, you talk to somebody else, fucking, he gets pissed off. And then yesterday, he thought he was calling me out yesterday about Danny. I told you that shit before he even went on fucking the show.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't I tell you that before he even went on the show?
Yeah.
So it's like he thought he had this breaking news.
I know,
like,
bro.
you know, and you know what? I just sent Danny a fucking like a 12-pack of fucking tuna fish, bumblebee tuna, to his fucking house. So you'll be hearing that too. That rat fuck. I'll send you the fucking Amazon fucking thing. I sent the fucking a 12-pack of fucking Starkist tuna.
Oh shit.
Okay, so Danny, with Danny, because you know what? Let me tell you something. There's nothing that anybody can say about me. You could do all the research, and Teresa, you know what I mean? It's very amazing that our husband knows me because I know who he is, and she's absolutely on point. Okay, and people want to say, "Oh yeah, Mike kicked up." Mike, I didn't kick up to anybody. It wasn't kicking up to anybody. With the life that I was in, it was called my job. That was my job. Yeah. Every fucking week I went. Some people call it kicking up. No. When I was at that stage of my life, that's all I wanted to be. And if you wanted to be that, that's what you did. And when I got my license, and, you know, I got 2 licenses. Dry garbage, which is cardboard, and then wet garbage, so I could pick up, like, fucking restaurant fucking stuff, and the fucking oil and all that other shit. I was like fucking, I don't even know, I was in my early 20s when I got that license.
Yeah.
I'll send you pictures tomorrow. So, you know, when I was running around and fucking, you know, robbing people's fucking cardboard, you know, they were getting pissed off. A lot of people were getting pissed off. A lot of people were around Wild Bill. You know what I mean? They were just doing their thing. But, you know, my old motto is better ask for forgiveness than permission. So, especially when it's something like that.
I like that.
But there's Bill's father he was a gentleman. He knew my family. He knew, I'm going to say my uncle. I'm not going to make the mistake anymore, even though I always called him my grandfather. He knew him, but always invited me, come on, come over. But I always did my own thing. I just always wanted to do my own thing. So.
No, I understand, bro. I know. That's why, I don't know. It's weird, man. I mean, listen, even if you take a guy like you, the fact that your uncle was Tom DeBella, the fact that you owned a sanitation company, I mean, to question you as far as mob shit is kind of fucking bizarre, bro.
But the crazy part about it is I never came on and said, yo, I did 20 years.
No.
And I'm a fucking murderer.
I know.
Like that, bro. I was telling you about me putting fucking cardboard boxes over fucking telephone banks and doing 900 numbers.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, like the big, when people used to break dance and used to go fucking get like fucking wash machine boxes and shit like that.
Yeah, we used to do it in front of PS 113. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we were painting these things fucking green because the fucking phone boxes were green. I wasn't over there. I was out there fucking hustling, making money. We were kind of like brainwashed for a little bit. You know what I mean? The more money you brought back, and there was no doubt in my mind I would have got straightened out. There's no doubt in my mind I would have got straightened out until fucking everything fucking happened. You know what I mean? When everything fucking happened, that's when fucking they started cracking down. Frankie Fabiano and Mikey Scars got bumped up, and then everybody got fucking pinched. But that's where, you know what? I thank God every day I didn't. I thank God every day that I didn't, because it doesn't make me who I am today, and it would only fucking opened up a bigger can of worms for me later on. So it was easy for me to be like, you know what, fuck that. Afterwards, you know what I mean? You see these fucking guys that were captains and this, that, and the other thing, fucking flipping. They don't put $2 in your fucking on the books for you. So I'm like, fuck that. I just fucking walked away and do my own shit. And I just use my smarts, like you said, Chris, for yourself, what you were doing. You knew what you were doing on the street. So now I just turned that around and I do that legitimately, right now. That's what I do. But there's nothing fucking, Lee can go on and on and on. And these are my channels, Mike Tabella. These are my channels.
I know.
And we're the real gangsters over here. I swear on my dog is my son. My son. I swear on his life that fucking Danny gave me his address. I was going to send him a file. I was actually going to have somebody bring him the pizza and say, listen, this is from Mike. You know what I mean? We want to show what you liked on it, so we got everything on it, you fat fuck. You know what I mean? We got you a fucking loaded pizza. But he told me he had a pacemaker. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to take that fucking chance. Yeah. I'm not even going to take that chance. This guy wanted to fucking catch a heart attack, and then fucking that's it. That actually happened a long time ago with fucking Frankie. That's what he fucking originally fucking went. He sent fucking this kid fucking Anthony and Russell to go speak to a union leader. They fucking got out of hand because they went there, and people don't use their smarts. You don't need to sometimes fucking hurt people or threaten them. You could just show up. Yeah. Like I said, with a pizza, people will get the fucking drift. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll get the drift. But they went there with a 22. They got out of hand. They shot the guy in the ass. The guy had a heart attack and fucking died. That was the downfall.
That's felony murder right there.
That's right there. What happened was Frankie chased them. Frankie chased these guys. These are guys well known that fucking Jimmy's mentioned in the fucking neighborhood. They're still around, so I don't want to mention them. But they got chased. But at that point, it was already a fucking done deal. From just going to fucking straightening out a union leader, a union boss, it turned into a murder rap. So, I'm like, nah, got to think twice about that with these guys. What's Lee doing? I mean, look at Lee. I seen a picture of him standing up. He should be ashamed.
Did you really? I got to see that. Where'd you see that, bro?
Danny sent it to me. I might have it on my phone. I'm looking at the fucking guy. I'm like, he looks like a fucking bell.
Bro, please, if you have that.
His head, he started it looks like Rockefeller Center. You know what I mean? Small little fucking top on the top, the line on the top, and the bottom is fucking, 6 feet fucking wide.
Mike, I swear to God, if you send that to me, I will fucking give you your super chats back. I want that picture so bad.
I'm going to look for it. I swear to God, I'm going to look for it. Even Danny last night blocked me because I was like, bro, I'm coming to your house. I'm smacking the shit out of you. And fucking, he blocked me. He's such a bitch. He is such a, Danny's so stressed. What happened? He's not popping pimples. He's going to bust people up. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And now my gloves are off. I actually, in the beginning, I came to you and I was like, yo, can you lay off Danny a little bit? You know what I mean?
You did.
I even said that. I was trying to be, I was like, I even looked to fucking pay to lay off him. I was like, yo, let me, you know what I mean? Because
and let's be honest, bro, I
you turned me down.
Yeah. So I see.
You turned me down. You know what I mean? So because he owed somebody money, and I was like, this guy's gonna get fucked up. You know what I mean? He's going to lose his shit. But now it's like we don't give a fuck. We're going to get it either way. You know what I mean? So, but with Lee today, I swear to God, I must really fucking get him some views. It really must be.
Oh, of course. But well, listen, he's desperate now. He lost his partner. You know what I mean? So now he's got to. This is what he's going to do from now on. It's going to be coming after us. You know what I mean? That's what he's going to do.
Can you do me a favor if you speak to him? Tell him to spell my name correctly.
Oh, bro, that's impossible. It's like asking.
I'm going to spell it correctly. It's D-I-B-E-L-L-A. And it's a junior. I'm a junior. If he's looking for me, or whatever the case may be, it's a junior.
Yeah.
So, because, he's just a complete idiot. If he's going to have my name up there, like, I don't even know if that was on purpose with the fucking 4 E's.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
Or whatever it is. But, so what happened with you today? Something with Chicky or whatever? I don't know that whole fucking crew. What happened with that?
No, they're threatening to put out this fake tape of my wife, and fucking Chicky basically called 2 of my friends and was saying, that Chris better shut his fucking mouth, or this video's coming out in 24 hours. So I had my friends call him on 3-way, and I went fucking ape shit, bro. And
so let me ask you a question. This is an anti-rat fucking channel. Lee's channel, right?
Lee's channel, it's supposed to be, yeah.
But they're calling you saying that if you don't shut your mouth, they're going to release a video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And he's telling me that real mob guys are not on YouTube and shit like that. He's telling, this is what I hear on there, Mike Tabella. Real mob guys don't do that. They don't do treachery. It's the treachery behind the scenes. You're trying to take away. But you got guys saying they're going to drop a video. They got a guy. You're gonna drop a video, you shut your mouth.
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. I find that hysterical. You know, that's the problem with this. All I have, like I said, all I wanted to do is come on. You tell some stories. Like when me and Bill reminisced before, was like, at one moment you have a ton of friends, and then you all get in trouble. I have a friend of mine that was really good friends that Benny knows. Benny was with him for a while. This kid, Peter Leonis, Greek kid, and he's doing. I think he's got like another 30 years for stock fraud.
Jesus.
And because he came out a couple times and went back in, and you read up on him, you see him that Vinny Gorgeous and these guys, they try to pin it on him. Meanwhile, the guy was just around people. He was a fucking harmless guy, sweetheart, give his shirt off his back. But he's in there fucking, he's got all this fucking time. I don't even know what the fuck I was even saying. I'm freezing my head. Can you believe it's fucking freezing in Vegas right now?
Is it really?
Yeah, it's got to be like 50 degrees. Unless it's 120, you go from 120 and it's fucking 70, you freeze. I'm out here almost 20 years right now. I can't even believe it. 20 years almost out here.
Let me shout this out real quick, bro. Grant Gambone, my man Pee Wee. You know, he sends $100 every Friday, guys. He sends it as his weekly dues. Well, it's Friday. He said, for you know what day it is, LOL, $100. Thank you, Pee Wee.
That guy.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Thank you, Pee Wee.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that guy a lot. But yeah, that's good. But yeah, don't but you can't let people hang shit over your head, Chris. If they're gonna have a tape or whatever the case is, tell them drop the fucking thing.
Absolutely. And I already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be bullshit. So stop threatening me with it and just drop it.
And they were like, yeah, go on Chris's show with the cigar and this, that, and the other thing, and we won't tell people that he was your uncle. And now you guys say, go fuck yourself. You think you're gonna fuck your shit? You're gonna like blackmail me? Get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna fucking do that. Do the same thing with these fucking guys, because there ain't nothing they could drop. You understand? What are they gonna drop? And they don't realize that you're a fucking vindictive fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, I am, bro.
You know what I mean? So there's a fucking flip side to every fucking coin.
Yeah,
there's a flip side. There's a flip side to every fucking coin. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Does Lee even have a woman? Does he even have a fucking woman? Seriously?
Fuck no, bro. Hell no.
I've been meaning to ask that. Is there a woman in his life?
No, bro.
I know Danny's got a picture up on fucking Facebook. He said something about this is my wife or my girl or something like that.
Oh, is that why he changed his profile picture? That's supposed to be his girl?
Yeah.
Bro, that picture looks like it was taken in the 70s.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But I'm just wondering if Lee has a girl or what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Bro. The last girl he had was actually the same person he kidnapped at one point, and she was taken away by her fucking kids because they didn't want her around Lee anymore because he robbed her and everything else. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we cleared all this shit up because now I feel better. You understand? And Lee can talk all the shit he wants. You understand? And none of these other guys. You see, I dare any of these other guys that are still in the life because I dare them. They could approach me anytime they want. Like I bleed like everybody else bleeds. You know what I mean? We could fucking square up. You know what I mean? We don't have to be violent. You know what I mean? Want to step in the ring, whatever the case may be. But I'm talking about on their side. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about anything about on your side. I'm talking about on their side and whatever the case may be, because I'm around. You know what I mean? I'm around. So you know what I mean? These guys want to talk about shit or whatever. Be a man. You know what I mean? Be a fucking man. And because I'm sure that Lee's gonna fucking run my name for as far as he fucking can. But now I know why, like Mikey Francis and those guys, they don't even respond to fucking comments that people say like that.
No, they don't.
Because it really is sickening on how these fucking guys go after shit. Because you never heard me fucking go after anybody. I didn't go after any. All I know is I came on, and next thing you know, it's like, oh no, this guy's a fucking fraud. This guy's this. This guy's that. This guy's this.
And bro, if you listened to the show yesterday, the first show, I even said to Jeff, the only thing that seemed funny to me is why you would have been tried in the state and not the feds. But now I see it's in the fucking article. You were tried in state court.
I had three different boiler shops going on, and they had the rackets division. Tommy Dades, he can fucking verify this because I'm sure he was fucking part of it. They had the rackets division. These guys, it was a joint venture with the feds and the fucking rackets division. They took fucking the wise guys, and then they fucking took the lower level guys like me.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of people don't want to talk about that. You can call me low level, mid level, high level. All I know is that I was making more money than half of these fucking guys. So, you know, and I'll say it till this day, I made more money than Mikey Scars made when I was doing shit like that. So, and he can say that he don't know or whatever the case is. That's why he had Joey D'Angelo fucking coming to me fucking constantly. Yo, Mikey wants you over here, over here. Because the money we were making in the market, it was fucking insane. It was insane. That's why Bill's fucking father was fucking so feared. He had so much money. He was the first one in the market with these pump and dumps. He was the first one in there. You know, it used to be garbage and shit like that, but where are you gonna go and fucking make $5 million a month? You know, what Mikey, what Francis did was fucking 1 in a million. That shit never happens.
No, I
never
agree.
happens.
Yeah, let me just ask you real quick. I heard you mention Joey D'Angelo before. Is that Stymie's grandson?
Yeah, that's Stymie's grandson.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah, we used to play hockey and shit like that. He was a cool dude until fucking, you know, then when he was with Frankie all the time. Him and Frankie were fucking always tight. But that's why when Mikey got bumped up and then Frankie went with Big Louie and fucking Joey went with Mikey, that's when they try to take all the associates, all the money guys. You know what I'm saying? They try to get who's the better fucking earner, and they try to get him over there. But I was like, you know, he just came across the wrong way. You know, I was just like, what the fuck? We're playing hockey fucking in New York Lane fucking 2 weeks ago. Now you got me in the back of a cafe fucking pointing a gun at me. So, but yeah, he's actually the one that sat in the trial trying to get, you know, intimidate Sandy because he was close to Sandy.
Yeah.
If you read up on him, he was in the courtroom. He used to have this big tattoo on his chest, this big tattoo with a chain and a lock in the middle. And I guess that went out the fucking window, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a fucking safe. But, yeah, so my wife's giving me the fucking eyes. It was nice talking to you, Chris.
Yeah, you too, bro. I'm glad everything's worked out.
There's going to be a lot of shit, you know, and I apologize about yesterday.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
You know, but you know what? I really, you know, like I said, I just did. Everybody got it right. I came in fucking heated because I was fucking pissed. I went to the gym. I was at the gym, and I fucking had my headphones on. I'm listening to this fucking guy, and then I'm like, who the fuck is? That's why I kept asking because I don't watch any other shows but yours. You know, and occasionally just to fucking see Lee, what the fuck he's gonna say. So I didn't even know who Jeff fucking was until I actually seen him on your show after I was off. I didn't even know who the fuck it was. I remember I told you. I said, I can't even find the video when he's saying shit. Yeah, then I seen that he took it down. He told you he took it down.
Yeah. Or
whatever. I don't even know if then you sent me the link. Whatever. But anyway, it is what it is. And, you know, yeah, everybody have a good night. And, you know, I'll talk to you soon, Chris.
All right, bro. Yep. Have a good night, bro.
How you doing?
Peace. All right. There you go, guys. So that seemed to have worked out. You know what I mean? I don't think Mike's a bad guy. He was pissed off last night. And, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that Jimmy said last night he don't have a problem with Mike, Jimmy was a gentleman about it, I would have been – I wouldn't probably have, you know, I probably wouldn't have brought Mike on tonight is what I'm saying. But it's all good that we did, though, anyway, because, you know, like I said, Mike was always respectful about the whole Jimmy thing. I knew he was just pissed off last night. So I think it worked out. You got a couple of more good stories there. And look, I think we're going to totally and completely validate Mike and everything he said about himself. So that's that. So, guys, listen, I've been on 3 hours and 13 minutes. I got to get the fuck off of YouTube. I have to eat yet. I have to lay around and decompress. That's what I do at night. And then I got to go to bed. So thank you guys for being here. There's still 251 people here. And thank you, Pee-wee, for that late night 100. I appreciate that, bro. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys all for everything. Everybody who donated, I love you. I appreciate you. And I actually did pretty good in super chats tonight. So thank you guys for that. I just appreciate all of you guys being here. I love you all. And that's it. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Damn, Johnny the Greek said fuck off. Yes. Thank you, Cellar Door. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I'm sure. I don't know if I'm gonna do a day show or not. Maybe. We'll see. But thanks for everything. I love you all, and until next time, salute.